Welcome to Skyview High School. It's the third week of the season, and the Skyview Bobcats at 2-0 are facing the Morgan Trojans, who are 1-1 in this matchup tonight in Smithfield. John Newbold, Rex Davis with you. Should be a great game tonight, as the Bobcats have got it on offense clicking right now, Rex, as they are averaging 50 points a game in the first two games is their average, and the 100 points scored is the most points in Skyview football history in the first two games scored. This team offensively is getting it done.
And the biggest thing, John, aside from the points, would be just the amount of just how clean it was. We watched some really, really clean football last week in the game against Wasatch. We've been together for 2 state championships, partner, and I don't know if we've seen better football than we saw last week out of the Bobcats.
Well, the reason, or part of the reason of that success in the first two games, Rex, is because of the offensive line. This offensive line for the Bobcats, we knew coming into this game that they were going to be locked in because they had had so much experience, but they haven't even given up a sack this season.
Yeah.
And they've given their running backs over 200 yards rushing in both games, and over 250 yards passing by Thatcher, and without a sack. I mean, they're looking good, that offensive line.
They really are. They're led by center Carter Andrews, the 6', 200-pound senior. And then he's got Connor Dean, Seth Toulson, Landon Elsner, and Jacob McCune on his sides. Those guys have just been absolute maulers up front for the Skyview Bobcats, and a big reason why they're off to that hot 2-0 start to get the season going.
So, again, Skyview 2-0, Morgan 1-1. Skyview is not the only team playing tonight in Region 11. Other Region 11 teams, Mountain Crest is the late game at at USU, the Rocky Mountain kickoff against Pocatello, Idaho. That game will be the second game. The first game that started at 6:30 is Ridgeline versus Stansbury. Other games, Green Canyon, 2-0 on the season, is heading down to, actually, it's a home game in North Logan. It's Green Canyon versus Highland of Utah, not Idaho. And Highland is also 2-0, so it's going to be a great matchup in North Logan as well. Logan is traveling to Timpanogos, and Bear River is in the Golden Spike game as they face Box Elder at Box Elder, so that one should be good as well. Skyview versus Morgan. All-time series, Skyview leads the series 2-0, but again, the last time they played was 1986 was the first meeting. Skyview won 20-14, 1985 was the first meeting. Skyview won 15-12, and then Skyview won 20-14 in double overtime in 1986. So it's a good matchup there, Skyview 2-0, but this Morgan team comes in. They've been in the state championship in 3A the last 3 years. They won last year. The last 2 previous ones, they lost. But last year, they won and beat teams by an average of 37 points in each of their games, undefeated.
Yeah, John, to say that they were the best team in 3A last year is an absolute understatement. The Morgan Trojans just absolutely dominated everybody, and it didn't stop once they got to the championship game. They played Juab in the 3A state title and won that game 55-3.
Yowza.
I mean, that talk about a statement. A championship game, typically you're talking number 1 versus number 2, and 55-3, a 52-point win in the state championship, absolute dominant. The Deseret News had mentioned that they felt like they looked like a 6A school at times.
Yeah.
And it's easy to believe after seeing the scores.
Well, they're led by Coach Barlow in his 4th season. They're 30-7 overall the last 3 seasons under Coach Barlow. And one of the things Coach Barlow mentioned that I found interesting in that Deseret News article, he just kind of mentioned, hey, when we went to schedule this year in the 3A South, nobody wanted to play us because of what we did the year before.
Right.
And so the way that our scheduling worked is we've got teams in 4A. They're playing some bigger schools. But, hey, they're on the Region 11 tour. They beat Bear River last week 59-24. They play Skyview tonight, the game that we have. And then next week they're playing Green Canyon back home. So just going through the tour of Region 11.
Well, and if you're an absolute bully in 3A football, why not go up and play some higher classifications? If you want to get ranked in the top 25 in the state as a 3A school, you're going to have to go and play some 4A, 5A teams on occasion. occasion and go and play them tough and beat them, and that's what they did last week against the Bear River Bears.
There's one correction I need to make of Region 11 teams before we head to break. Box Elder's actually at Bear River. Box Elder was scheduled to have a home game, but like Logan, when they were working on their field, Box Elder's working on their field. So we appreciate Eric Franson letting us know that. But that game is actually at Bear River tonight. So when we come back here on our pregame show, Adams Wealth Advisors powers your video experience on CashValleyDaily.com. But when we come back, we'll hear from Coach Hal, get his thoughts. I caught up with him before they got out there and started warming up, and we'll hear from him. That's coming up next, right here on 1390 AM, 106.9 FM, The Fan.
From what's happening in local political elections to breaking news to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local. On CashValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Got a Morgan team coming in. You're at 2-0, and your team's been putting up some crazy numbers. I mean, in school history, you've scored the most points in the first two games of any team since the 60s. So, like, I know everyone's going to focus on that, but really, your offensive line, when you look at them, they've done a great job. Brevins rushed for over 200 yards in the first two games, and you're throwing for over 250 in both games as well and not giving up a sack. Talk about that offensive line.
Yeah, they've done an outstanding job. I'm really proud of those guys. Coach Walker, Coach Pence, Coach Mitchell, and Coach Dodson have done a really good job. We've got a whole bunch of guys helping with our line this year, and they've really come together and gelled, and the kids have bought into what we're trying to do. And, you know, almost all of them are returning starters, so they understand our system and the scheme, and they're just executing at a high level. Now, Morgan's going to give us a huge challenge tonight. They're going to bring guys from all sorts of different angles, so we definitely are going to have to get better tonight, which is our goal anyway.
Well, Coach, the thing about Morgan, it's kind of similar to you guys in the fact that, like, there was a winning tradition at Skyview, but since you've taken over as head coach, you've gotten the players to buy into state championships. That's like Morgan. They just expect to be there every year, year in and year out. So, I mean, winning comes, I won't say easy, but it's in their minds that they're a winning program. What have you seen from Morgan on tape, and what do you guys got to do to stop them?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. You can see it in their culture. You see it in the way that they play. You know, they played a really, really good Crimson Cliffs team week one, and they battled them tooth and nail through that whole thing, and you can just see the way that the kids compete, how hard they play, that they expect to win. And then you saw what they did against Bear River last week. Like, they got after those guys, and you know, so that's something that Coach Barlow's done a great job of, and it's one of those places that's unique in the sense that, you know, those kids are born and raised to want to play for the Morgan Trojans, and once they get their opportunities, they take advantage of them, and so it's a huge challenge for us for sure.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. We'll talk to you after the game. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up.
Welcome back to Smithfield. It's the Skyview Bobcats hosting the Morgan Trojans as both teams' captains meet at midfield for the coin toss. And as they do that, let's go through some numbers for both of these teams. For the Skyview Bobcats, they're averaging 50 points per game, and they're only allowing 27.5 points a game. And for Morgan, if I can find their page, Rex, it always eludes me, and there it is. They've averaged 37 points a contest, and they've allowed almost 30 points. They held their opponents to 73.5 yards per 73.5 yards per game this season. That's less than 3 yards per carry, and Crimson Cliffs, they played them tough. They were up 8-0. They lost 35-15 on the road. And then Morgan really took it to Bear River. But this is a stout front up front, so it will be interesting, that defensive front against Skyview's rushing attack that's been averaging over 200 yards per game.
Yeah, with Skyview's rush attack, it seemed to be a little slow to start the game last week. Egbert had a carry for 2, a carry for 3, a -2. He had a hard time getting it going. He wasn't knocking off those big chunks. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, John, he eclipses 200 yards by the end of that game, and that rush attack was up and running. He was a candidate for our player of the game. We ended up deciding after we were off air that Carson Thatcher was going to be our McDonald's player of the game. So Carson Thatcher unofficially had 439 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 32 yards rushing with a touchdown, and he was the McDonald's player of the game for last week, since we didn't get a chance to announce that on air.
Skyview's sponsor, Logo Shop, they're the sponsor of our uniform check, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups. Skyview's in that blue uniforms with blue pants, white trim, and white numbers with the blue helmets. Morgan comes in with the white road jerseys and pants with maroon numerals and the maroon helmets. As we are about underway here in Smithfield, looks like Morgan will be kicking the ball off to the north towards Skyview. So Skyview will get the ball first, and we've got one score update from USU. It's Stansbury 7, Ridgeline nothing, but that's right where Ridgeline wants them because they've come from behind in both of their games. So,
John, we were watching pregame. We're not expecting a return unless Morgan gives them a return. This kicker can put it out the back of the end zone every single time.
Yeah, he was hitting the goalpost is what he was doing. He was hitting that crossbar of the goalposts each time in pregame. So we'll see. Skyview will start with the ball, we think. As he boots it, this one's high. It will, like you said, returnable at the 1 because they gave him up the middle. Here comes Vickers, gets a block. He's up the middle. He's got some room to the outside, to the 30, the 35. A flag comes flying in. It's probably going to be on Skyview, but he gets out. Vickers from the 1 to the 41. And, yeah, the official says a hold on Skyview, so it's coming back. It'll be a spot foul. He's going to place it, the flag, at about the 29-yard line. So the Skyview will start at the 19. Vickers, that was a good return, though.
Yeah, it was. And, John, while you're involved in there in the game, if you're watching with us on CacheValleyDaily.com, we're having another replay issue. We're going to try to get that resolved. There was snow in the background, and it was soccer that was happening there. So we'll try that again here in a minute.
So let's see what they do. I think they're going to start on the 19, Skyview, on this first possession, depending where they mark it off on the hold. It'll be the 19 or the 18, and they spot it at their own 18 with 11:50 to start things off. So Skyview from their own 18. It's Thatcher with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers out to the wide side of the field. sends a man in motion out of the backfield. Thatcher's going to throw it to him out there. It's complete. And he's tackled for a short gain. That was just a little flare pass out to Ramsey Vickers. So actually the return was Jace Favero, I think, not Vickers. I think I might have had that wrong. I got 6 and 9 confused. 2-yard gain.
They blur so much out there on the far sideline. We gave Vickers credit for a huge block last week that was actually Favero.
So 2nd down and 8, Bobcats. 3 receivers to the west, 1 to the short side of the field. Ball is on that left hash. No score, opening drive. 2nd down and 8 for the Bobcats. At their own 20. Another throw, it's complete to Zamel. He's up the field, bowls over a tackler. He's got the first down from the 20 up to the 34. A 14-yard pass play for a first down to Zamel.
Nice play there by Garrett Zamel, getting open in the flat, giving Thatcher a target, and Thatcher throws a strike to him.
So 1st and 10 Bobcats at their own 34 after that 14-yard pass. So 1st and 10 Bobcats at the 34, their own 34. Takes the snap, handoff to Egbert. He's got some blockers. He cuts across the field, dives forward. He's got about 9 or 10 there. The ball came loose, but it was after he hit the turf, so they blew it dead. It looks like he's got the 10 yards, Egbert, on his first carry. So another first down for the Bobcats. 4th play of the drive coming up at their own 44. 1st and 10, opening drive, 10-20 here in the quarter. No score. Receiver to each side. Turn around, handoff to Egbert, left side, and he's stacked up, and he's churning those legs, but he gets maybe 3. There's about 3 or 4 Trojans there to knock him down.
Yeah, the entire linebacker core just converged on the ball there for Morgan.
So a gain of 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6. 4-yard rush for Egbert there.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6 for the Bobcat.
So shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left. The wide side of the field to the east. Hard count, nobody goes. So now Thatcher looks to the sidelines. You've got Brighton Williams all alone as the lone receiver on the west on the short side of the field.
11 catches last week for Brighton.
Takes the snap, he throws out there. It's too much over the receiver and off his hands. That's Easton Ballard, incomplete.
Yeah, just a little too far there by Thatcher. He'll bring that down once he gets in the rhythm of the game and get that going.
So a 3rd down and 6 for the Bobcats at their own 48. 9:25 opening quarter, no score. This is the opening drive. 6th play of the drive that started at their own 18. Thatcher in shotgun, same formation. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's Williams all alone. Morgan in their 3-4 defense with those white jerseys. Brant Reese, the offensive coordinator, calls out the play. Thatcher takes it, fakes the handoff, throw out there, complete to Zamel. He's up the field, he's cracked, he's stretching for it. I think he's short by a yard.
Maybe even 2 with the push.
Yeah, they're in territories of Morgan. He needed 6 yards, he got 5, so it'll be 4th and 1. Skyview lining up to go for it on 4th and 1 at the 47 of Morgan. They need to get to the 46. They're going for it. At least they're showing that they're going for it. 3 receivers to the west, 1 to the east. Thatcher in shotgun with Egbert. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. He throws complete to Brighton Williams. The sure-handed receiver catches it. Still not blown dead. He wouldn't go down. And he gets to the 39-yard line, a gamble by Skyview, and it pays off.
What a gutsy call by offensive coordinator Brant Reese, and I love it. Brighton Williams had 11 catches last game. The kid's a playmaker. He's so fast, and he can create separation. That's exactly what he did on that play to get the first down.
9-yard pass play to Williams. Got the first down in Morgan territory at the 38 of Morgan. 8-19, no score. Egbert on the right side. He tries to cut up. Great tackle there by number 3 of Morgan. That's Zach Sargent.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a crease there, but Sargent comes up and just makes the play there for Morgan.
He still gained, Egbert did, 2 yards. So a 9th play of the drive coming up, 2nd down and 8. 2 receivers to each side. Egbert in the backfield, and the linebacker shows blitz as they went hard count there. Now he backs off that middle backer does. 2nd and 8 Bobcats. 7:44 opening drive, no score. Turnaround, handoff to Egbert. Big hole! He's up the middle, first down. Egbert was even surprised, Rex.
Yeah, I think once he burst it through. And that offensive line, he went right off the right side there where Carter Andrews and, excuse me, always forget Toulson. Carter Andrews and Toulson just kind of paved the way over there along with Landon Elsner and just opened that thing up for him.
9-yard rush for the first down. Skyview's gotten 4 first downs on this drive. This is the 10th play of the drive. 1st and 10 Bobcats. Egbert goes out of the backfield. They throw it to him, and it's a lateral. And Egbert picked it up thinking it was a dead. Now they're going to call it incomplete.
Well, it's a good thing he picked it up. Even if he did think it was dead, you got to pick that up when it's behind the line of scrimmage like that.
So let's see. They called it, they did call it incomplete. Okay. So 2nd and 10. At first, I wasn't sure. The official.
Well, the whistle was real quiet, wasn't it?
Well, and he was half-heartedly saying it was incomplete as well, I thought. So 2nd and 10. So just an incomplete pass with 7:10 remaining in the first quarter. No score. Opening drive for the Bobcats. 11th play of the drive that started at their own 18. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Thatcher. He's going to roll left. Moves the pocket. He gets blitzed. Throws complete to Bryton Williams, who hangs on for the first down inside the 20. Down to the 16 as Thatcher just got that ball away.
Yeah, I've never loved when a right-handed quarterback rolls left like that, but Thatcher has so much arm strength. He was able to just put that right on the line to Bryton Williams.
So I think that's an 11-yard pass play for the first down to Williams. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line of Morgan.
2 catches, 20 yards for Bryton Williams.
1 receiver to the left. The ball's on that left hash, so it's on the short side of the field. The 1 receiver out there. 3 to the right. Williams is in the slot on the right. Egbert in the backfield with Thatcher at shotgun. 7:04 in the opening quarter, 1st and 10. Back to passes Egbert. Still looking. He throws incomplete. Tried to hit a man over the middle. I think it was Zamel.
Yeah, it was. It was Zamel just on a little slant route there. And, man, what a good ball, though, by Thatcher. That does hit Zamel in his hands. He's got to bring that thing down, but that thing was on a rope.
Just looking at the scoreboard on CashValleyDaily.com. Adams Wealth Advisors powers your video experience on CashValleyDaily.com. So 6:59 here in the opening quarter on The Fan, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. And shotgun formation on 2nd and 10. They turn around, hand off to Egbert. He finds a hole. He breaks free. Another first down or close to it.
I think he's got it, John.
He's down inside the 10. I think he got 10 yards. The line of scrimmage was the 16, and they're going to mark it. So a 9-yard gain for Egbert on 3rd.
30 yards rushing on 4 carries.
So 14th play of the drive. 3rd down and 1 yard to go at the 7 of Morgan. Turnaround handoff to Egbert. He hits a still wall. Did he stretch forward or is it no gain?
It's going to be very, very close.
It's on the far side of the field. The referee on this side of the field saying 4th down.
They're going to go hurry up with the quarterback sneak here, John.
So no gain, so 4th down. Skyview lines up quick. They snap it. They push forward. They got the first down.
Yeah, kind of a staple of Skyview football there. If it's going to be close, just run up there, quarterback sneak it, power it in there. So when you got that offensive line, you might as well.
So he gained 2 on that one for the first down, a 2-yard rush for the first. I think that was just Thatcher.
Yeah, it was.
On the quarterback keeper, 16th play of the drive. Wow. Started at their own 18. They've chewed up a lot of clock here. Turn around, hand it off to Egbert. He's up the left side. Is he in? It's on the far side of the field. He's from the 6. He gets down to about the 2 or the 1. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it at the 1. A 5-yard carry there. 2nd and goal at the 1.
Nothing real fancy either, John. Just power football.
So 2nd and goal at the 1. Thatcher, turn around, hand off Egbert. He's into the end zone. 17-play drive, and Skyview makes it pay as they go in from 1 yard out for Egbert and a touchdown.
What I liked about that play, John, was Landon Elsner comes from the right tackle position and pulls. He didn't even need to block anybody, though. The left side of the line had everything under control, and Egbert just put his hand on his back and ran right behind Elsner on the play.
I think Calebe de Quadros is out there this week. Back to hold is Castillo. The kick is through, and it was Calebe de Quadros who puts it through with 5:22 to play in the first quarter. Skyview strikes first. 7-0 Skyview. We'll be back right after this.
Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stop, the Logo Shop.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
5:22 remaining in the first quarter, and it's Skyview 7-0 as they had a 17-play drive that was capped off with the 1-yard TD by Brevin Egbert. They started at their own 18 and chewed up over 6 minutes of clock, and Skyview leads 7-0. Got one score update we'll get to you. As Jamison kicks it, it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So this score update brought to you by DD Auto and Salvage. No job is too big or too small. Call 787-1204 with this scoreboard update. It's JT White for Ridgeline with the 1-yard run, and the Riverhawks tie it up. It's Stansbury 7, Riverhawks 7. That's up at USU. Right here at Skyview 7-0 over Morgan. So our first look at this Morgan offense, led by quarterback Beck Sheffield, the junior. So Sheffield in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. He's going to throw it out there. He lets it go. It's complete up the field. Nice blocking, and he's still on his feet. About a 7-yard gain before he's bumped out of bounds.
Really nice pursuit by Tyson Bradley, the junior linebacker. He made a couple big plays last week against Wasatch. Really strung that play out there for Skyview.
8-yard pass play, and it will be a second down. They throw it. It's quick, and it's a first down, and a late flag comes flying in. Wow, that back judge, he's got an arm.
Yeah, he does.
Suit him up.
Dude's got a cannon.
Man, it would have been a first down from the 28 down to the 39, an 11-yard pass play, but they might call it back as the flag was thrown a mile away.
Yeah, I think it's a hold downfield. Offensive pass interference, John.
No, okay.
Blocking as the ball was released out of his hands.
So that negates the 11-yard pass play. So offensive PI, and the ball will go back. 7-0 Skyview, 5:07 in opening quarter. Morgan football, the penalty takes them all the way back to the 14-yard line, so it's second and long. They get Skyview to jump off sides. Skyview had that problem last week too, Rex. They were jumping off sides a lot last week.
Yeah, if you were to find something that kind of went wrong for Skyview, that'd be really the only thing. Outside of that, it's some of the cleanest football we've seen.
So 4:57, it's second down and about 12 now. Back to pass, Sheffield, it's complete. Behind the receiver in the backfield, he had to turn around to get it, so he doesn't get the forward momentum as he got 3 yards on that. And it's going to bring up, there go quick. Skyview trying to run a player off, and they did. Third down and long. And the Skyview might have too many players, and they do. They blitz the sack, and the ball pops loose right back to Sheffield. The sack was by Hans Herman, but Skyview had 13 guys on the field. Then they had 12. So Skyview had to run 2 people off, and they couldn't do it quick enough.
So are you telling me, John, that it's fairly easy to get a sack if you have more players than the other team? That's kind of what that translates to me.
Well, yeah. So
you're playing 2 extra players.
Instead of 3rd and 8, it's going to be 3rd and about 3 for Morgan, because Skyview had 12 men on the field, not 13. So another penalty, back-to-back penalties really for Skyview. They've got to do better at that, but, I mean, they've seen tempo twice.
Right.
Well, it's a 10-yard penalty, so it's a wow.
Geez, that was a huge penalty.
I just thought it was 5
10?
yards. It looked like they went 15. Maybe it is a personal foul or unsportsmanlike.
We were writing stuff down when they made the call, so.
All right, so it's a first down. They hand it off this time, and he's bottled up back there. Still fought his way back to the first down. That's their running back, Jet Salmon.
Yeah, Seth Toulson with a nice tackle on the play there. Shed the block, made the tackle. Nice play by Seth Toulson.
So a 1-yard rush for Salmon. They gain a 2, actually. So back to pass. Sheffield throws. It sheds one tackler, and then about 4 Bobcats there.
A little bit of a dink and dunk offense that we're seeing out of Morgan. Just quick hitters to the sideline, but it's really not working that great. The corners and safeties are flying to the ball. Linebackers are stretching plays out. It's not working.
3rd down and about 7. They go hard count. Skyview doesn't jump this time. 2 receivers. Well, actually, they got 3 receivers out there to the short side of the field. Salmon goes on the right hip of Sheffield. Sheffield back to pass. Looking. He throws. It's hit. And it's a fumble. Skyview picks it up. Down the sideline to the 25, the 20. That's a horse collar, no call. But Skyview gets the fumble. I didn't see who knocked it free, but someone put their paw in. Number 60 grabbed it for Skyview. Connor Dean down the sideline.
Jace Lillywhite forced the fumble. Connor Dean scoops it up.
Lillywhite, right as he was going to throw the ball, Sheffield, it got knocked out of his hand, and Dean recovers it with 3:38, and Skyview's back in business as they are down to the 10-yard line. With 3:38 in the opening quarter, it's 7-0 Skyview, and they have the ball at the 10, and Skyview running on a player late.
Yeah.
You don't like to see that. That's Peyton Hellstern. Heavy formation for the Bobcats. Shotgun formation. Morgan doesn't come across and wait. A false start. The official is going to call a false start there.
Yeah, you got him.
So Skyview jumps when they were trying the hard count.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. The hard count's meant for the defense, and that time Skyview got caught jumping themselves.
That can happen, though, when you're running guys on late and maybe they didn't hear snap counts.
Yeah, so 1st and 15. It's 1st and goal from the 15 of Morgan. So shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right, the wide side of the field on the west, as the shadows creep across the field, but not all the way, just here at midfield where the press box is. So Thatcher in shotgun, takes a snap, he's looking to throw, he throws out there quickly, Zamel found a hole, and he gets down to the 5, got about 10 yards back. They're going to mark him at the 6, so a 9-yard pass play. 2nd and goal.
That play was 100% designed just to go to Zamel. Carver balloted out there on the edge, kind of sets almost like a little screen up, and nice play there by Skyview.
So they just flipped the formation. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field to the east now, 1 to the right. That's Guthrie. Liam Guthrie, the junior, is the one lone receiver here on the short side of the field on the west. 2nd and goal from the 6. Turnaround, and Thatcher went to hand it off to Egbert. Egbert was on the right. Thatcher tried to hand it off on the left, so near disaster as Skyview gets tackled for a loss. Yeah. That goes back to the 8-yard line, a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, broken play there. That has to just be such a sense of panic as a quarterback when you turn around to hand it off to your running back and he's not even in your eyesight.
So 3 receivers left, 1 to the right again. That's Guthrie all alone. Thatcher takes it, fakes the handoff. He's got a blitzer in his face. He rolls out, and he throws. That should be incomplete, but they're not. Did they blow it dead? Yeah, and there's the whistle. They're going to call intentional grounding, I believe.
I think we're just having a hard time hearing whistles today, John. They're really quiet.
Well, he tried to throw, and it's incomplete. I don't think it should be intentional grounding, but that's what they're going to call, and they wave it off. Okay, because he was going forward. It's just the momentum took him out.
Well, and Egbert's in the area, too.
True.
I mean,
so 4th and goal for Skyview, and let's see, they're going to try to tack on points as they bring out the field goal kicking team, I believe. Here comes Calebe de Quadros.
Yeah.
as Kalebe.
Looks like Max Castillo is going to be the holder.
His long is 37 this year. Snap back, Castillo holds, kick on the way, it looks good, and it is. So a 23-yard field goal is good, and Skyview's up 10-0 after the turnover. So it's Skyview 10, Morgan 0. We'll be back right after this.
There's exciting news for local school teachers and students and employees of Logan and Smithfield cities and Cache County. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union is offering ultra-low interest rates on auto loans and more, and they pay school students for good grades. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union, member-focused, goal-driven.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
10-0 Skyview after the fumble recovery by Connor Dean. Skyview had it at the 6 and couldn't punch it in and settled for a field goal. So here's Jamison with the kickoff. He gets his foot into it. It's deep, and it is back, and it's into the end zone for a touchback.
And Brannick Jamison is killing this kickoff game right here. He's doing great.
So Morgan will start trailing 10-0 at their own 20. They did have a pretty good drive going until it was knocked free by Lillywhite in that fumble. So 2:22 opening quarter, 10-0 Skyview. So Sheffield comes out for the Trojans, the quarterback, the junior, shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap. He's going to turn around. He hands it off. Huge hole up the middle. And tackled from behind was number 8. That's Easton Ballard on the tackle.
Yeah, sure-handed tackle there. And look with Morgan going with some tempo here.
So 6-yard gain. They hand it off again, and this time he's stacked up and pushed back. And finally the whistles blow. They could have blown it earlier. No gain on that one, it looks like to me.
I've never... These refs might be holding their whistles longer than any other refs I've ever seen.
So no gain. It's going to be 3rd and about 5. They may have given him a yard, but 3rd and 5. 3 receivers right. Sheffield in shotgun again. 3 receivers to the right, to the east, 1 to the left. Got a running back in the backfield. Blitz is on. They hand it off, and he is stacked up and going nowhere on 3rd down and 5.
Hans Herman, what a play there by Hans. Just comes right off the edge and makes that play. Forces up what you would assume is going to be a punt. Nice play by Hans Herman with the tackle for loss.
So it's going to be 4th and 3, 4th and 4 from their own 27. Vickers is standing at his own 35 to return this one. Under a minute to play in the first quarter, 10-0. Low snap, he picks it up, boots it. It's a short one. It's high, though. Vickers comes up to get it, calls for a fair catch at about the 42 or 43. Let's see. They're going to mark it at the 43, so Skyview will take over at their own 43-yard line with 49 seconds here in the first quarter.
The amazing thing about that first drive, John, was just the quantity of time that ate up. I mean, they took so much time off the clock that we're already almost through the first quarter.
Yep, they took over 6 minutes.
How many plays was that?
It was
double digits, right?
Yeah.
15 or so?
Let me see. I think it was like 16. It was 17. So
That's
the 17th play drive that started at their own 18. So their next drive, they actually marked that up by the 44. Their own 44, not 43. 1st and 10 Skyview with 49.6 in the first. Running back in the backfield with Thatcher on 1st and 10. Got Guthrie alone on an island, one-on-one here on the west side of the field.
Running back's Vickers.
Yeah, Vickers is in the backfield, not Egbert. They hand it off to Vickers. Vickers goes up. Oh boy, did he get bent in half?
Yeah, that was a huge hit there by number 26 on the defense. Krug Galbraith. Wow.
That's like when you open a pop can, you know,
Yeah.
the action? That's what he looked like.
All it was missing was the sound.
2-yard gain on first down for Vickers on the rush. Clock rolling at 24 seconds. 2-yard gain, so 2nd down and 8 for the Bobcats at the 46. 10-0 Skyview. Thatcher takes a snap. He's going to roll out. Now he's going to run. Now he pitches late to Vickers. Gets a stiff. Oh, that should be helmet to helmet. Where's the flag on that one?
Absolutely helmet to helmet.
You could see it clearly from here, but they don't call anything. Vickers got a helmet to helmet. That should be an extra 15, but they gained 2 more.
Jeez, Vickers has 2 carries, and he has got lit up on 2 plays.
And he didn't even lower the helmet on that one. He just got hit out of bounds. So 3rd down and 6. 7 seconds as the clock stops as he got out of bounds. It's 3rd and 6 for the Skyview Bobcats at their own 48. Thatcher still in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He looks. He throws complete. Zammel retreats and short. He caught it at the sticks and then retreated back to try to find some room. So he gained about 5, and that will end the first quarter. And when we come back to the second quarter, Skyview will have a tough decision here on 4th and about 2 at midfield. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto.
$10-0 Skyview leading, and a 4th down and about 2 yards to go for the Bobcats at the Morgan 49. It's actually about 2.5 yards, and they line up to go for it. Thatcher out there. So here we go, 4th down and 3 for the Bobcats. Thatcher has 3 receivers to the east, the wide side of the field. Ball's on the west hash. Williams all alone on an island, one-on-one with the defender. Egbert in the backfield as they're still looking to the sideline. Now they get the call. 4th and 3 at the 49 of Morgan. Takes the snap. Thatcher hands it off to Egbert. He's got the first down on the right side. A late handoff, but he got 3, 4, 5 yards for the first.
What a play by Skyview. Carson Thatcher ran that RPO, that read option perfectly. He held on to that thing until the very last second, said, Brevin, hey, you're the workhorse. Why don't you go do the work here? And good hard running by Brevin Egbert.
So 1st and 10, Skyview.
Got Dean Phillips in at running back.
So Liam Guthrie comes out late for Skyview. So you've got 2 receivers to the left, and the one on the right is in motion. They hand it off. Bounces it outside, but he can't get outside. The running back tried, and he's tackled for no gain.
Yeah, Dean Phillips had a little crease there to get through, but good pursuit by the Morgan defense, able to bring him down right there at the sticks for a gain of nothing.
No gain. They're still at the 45 of Morgan. Just underway here in the second quarter, about a minute into the second quarter, 10-0 Skyview. Adams Wealth Advisors powers your video experience on CacheValleyDaily.com. 10-0 Bobcats at the Morgan 45. Thatcher has it in shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass. The blitz is on. He throws it late. Brighton Williams complete up the sideline 40, and he's bounced out of bounds, shy of the first down. About a 7-yard gain. Thatcher had a sidearm that like Mahomes.
That was a creative throwing angle there out of Thatcher, and what a play by Brighton Williams to get open over there.
7-yard pass play to Williams. 7th play of the drive coming up that started at their own 44. They converted a 4th down, and it's 3rd down and 3 at the 38 of Morgan. Couple receivers to the left, one to the right. That's Guthrie all alone on the right side. Zamel is inside. And now he splits out, so it'll be 3 receivers left. Williams in the slot, I believe. Thatcher calling out the signal. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Egbert drives for it. He breaks free. 20, 15, 10. Oh, he's at the 15. Sorry, I got way ahead of myself.
What a play there. Isn't it crazy that every time Brevin Egbert gets the ball in his hands, he has this big play potential, this explosiveness to him. This kid can take off like he's been shot out of a slingshot on any play.
So from the 37 down to the 16, a 21-yard rush is what I've got for Egbert for the first down. It's 1st and 10 Bobcats. I believe that's the 16-yard line of Morgan. 10-0 Skyview, 10:07 here in the opening half. 2 receivers to each side. Thatcher hands off. No, he's going to throw. It's behind Williams and picked off. It goes out of Williams' hands because it was behind him. He tried to catch it. It bounces off, and it's picked off. Great job by Morgan's defense, and they get some momentum there as Skyview was looking to add to their 10-0 lead.
Huge play for the Morgan Trojans, as you mentioned, John. I mean, they're driving, looking poised to add to this lead, and that's such a dangerous pass. So if you, on a slant route, if you throw behind and the receiver tips it, all the safety has to do is be a step late, and they're going to be walking with the ball in their hands.
So Morgan will take over. Got a little bit of a return out to the 18. They trail with 9:56 in the half. Morgan does. It's 10-0 Skyview. So here comes Sheffield in the offense for the Trojans. Takes a snap, and there's movement and a false start or an illegal shift on Morgan, so that play they blew it dead.
Well, that'll give Skyview a little break there to make Morgan have to play behind the chains now.
So it goes back to the 13-yard line, their own, 1st and 10 from their own 13, 10-0 Skyview. Morgan has it. Sheffield's going to throw. He throws the slant pattern just a little bit too far in front of the receiver. That's Tate Nilsson, the senior, making a diving effort, but just a little bit too in front by Sheffield on the pass.
It was a good read. He just missed the ball a little bit. Carver Ballard's in a good position defensively, but a perfect ball there, and that's a nice completion.
2nd down and 10 now, or 15, excuse me, for Morgan.
That throw basically had to be perfect, though. You couldn't miss behind, or you'd have the same thing. You can't lead in front, or you get a belly flop like that.
So 2nd and 15 at their own 13. Sheffield takes it. He's going to hand off. No, he fakes. He throws to the middle again. It is incomplete. Was that Carver Ballard again?
Yeah, Ballard in coverage on Tate Nelson. It's the same play, basically. A nice slant route there, but this time it hits the hands with the bobble, and Carver Ballard is tired. He's just said, I just ran 2 slant routes there. I need somebody to come in for me.
So in comes Brighton Williams late. He's got to find where he's at. It's 3rd down and 15. Morgan snaps it. He throws deep, and comeback route, it's complete. And he's got the 1st down, and that was to where Brighton Williams was. It's fumbled late, but they're going to blow him dead.
Lincoln Gilson is the receiver on that play, and he had an excellent push-off at the top of that route. He runs up straight at Brighton Williams, shoves him about 10 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and then comes back to the ball.
He needed 15. He got 16 out to the 29 as Williams got beat on that play. So 1st and 10 from the 29. They turn around, they hand it off. Up the middle, he's got some room, and then he's tanked right there by the safety. That's Court Rigby, I believe it was.
Yeah, big tackle by Court Rigby.
So from the 29, he got 9 yards that time, and they hurry up to the line. 2nd down and 1. They move Sargent, the running back. Sheffield does to his left hip. He's going to throw. Sheffield still looking. Pocket breaks down. Got to be a hold.
Absolute holding right there.
And he throws it away. No call. They grab
the coaching staff. If you're watching on CashValleyDaily.com, they are losing it because everybody on this side of the stadium saw a holding call.
Well, Peyton Hellstern got through, and then all of a sudden his arm got pulled.
That's exactly what happened.
Incomplete. Nice play by Sheffield to get rid of it. So 3rd and 1 now. They take the snap, they turn around, hand it off, and Skyview stacks it up. I don't think he got it, and he's pushed back. I think no gain that time. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to say no gain. 4th and 1. If you're Skyview, you got to get ready. Morgan can run that hurry up. 4th and 1, and they're at their own 38. They need to get to the 39 for a first. 8:43 in the first half. 10-0 Skyview. They line up to go for it on 4th and 1.
Got to watch ball here.
Sheffield clapping, but the ball doesn't come back. Skyview holding their water there at the defensive line is. Skyview student section making some noise. Sheffield, high snap, hands it off, left side, first down and more. Makes another move, he's across the 45 for the first down. So both teams have gambled on 4th down and it's paid off.
Yeah, big play there. The handoff to Jet Salmon just goes off the edge over there. And it looked like Skyview had a chance, but, man, the offensive line won the battle on that play.
9 yards for the first down, 8th play of the drive, 1st and 10. They're at their own 47. Sheffield rolls to the outside, gets a block. He's going to launch it long. He's got a man out there. A nice push off, and that's offensive PI. It's got to be. Great coverage that time, in my opinion. Ramsey Vickers was there. And
they're calling PI on Vickers.
Wow, that's terrible. If that's what they're calling, I hope he pointed the wrong way, but let's see. It's pass interference on Skyview. I thought Vickers was in good position, but they called PI, so it's PI. So 15 yards. It was a great pass, though. What a pass by Sheffield, rolling to the right. He just lobbed it perfectly to the receiver.
Lincoln Gilson, the wide receiver, has that push timed perfectly. He did it on the big play when Williams was in coverage, and then he just did it on the play where Ramsey Vickers was in coverage. He's got that time down.
So at the 38-yard line of Skyview, it's 1st and 10 Morgan. 8:04 here in the first half. Skyview leading 10-0. Sheffield back to pass. No, he's going to hand it off up the middle, and a big gain there up the middle for about 4 or 5. Their bigger running back, that's Jet Salmon.
Yeah, he is their bigger of the two backs, a little more power back. If you can have a 1-2 punch like that, that really wears the team down.
So it was 2nd and 6. It was a 4-yard gain. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're at the Skyview 34. Sheffield turns around. No, he's going to keep this one. He's off to the left side, gets around one Skyview defender, but they tackle him shy of the first down. He's to the 30. So another 4-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Tyson Bradley did a great job of keeping contained on that. He didn't chase running back. He stayed contained and was able to make the play on the quarterback.
They actually gave him 5. Sheffield throws it out there on a screen. It's dropped incomplete. It should be incomplete. That was a forward pass.
Late on the whistles.
Yeah, the officials need to blow their whistles quicker or make an indication because.
Well, the Morgan player could have been hurt diving for that ball. You're
right.
Blow the whistle.
4th and a couple here, or 4th and 1. They got one earlier. This is at the 29 of Skyview on 4th and 1. Here comes Morgan, and they false start. The right guard went early, so it's a false start. So it'll be 4th and 6.
Yeah, the senior Cooper McGiven, part of a state championship team last year, just did not hear the snap count.
So that's a big false start. Instead of 4th and 1, it's 4th and 6. The ball is placed at the Skyview 34. 10-0 Skyview with 7:17 in the first half. Big decision here. I think you got to go for it. You got some momentum. So here comes the Trojans on 4th and 6. Big play here for the Skyview defense at the 34. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The short side of the field. Sheffield takes the snap. He's looking left. Now he throws back right on a screen. It's complete. First down and more. 30, 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Morgan. What a play call. They rolled left and threw back right on the screen, and it's from 34 yards out, and Morgan's back in the game. It's 10-6 pending the extra point. What a great play call by the Morgan Trojans.
It really was, and Brogan Garrett was the receiver on the play. He just turned on the jets as soon as he looped around. And how about this, John? Cooper McGiven, he's the player that had the false start that backed him up. He's the one that pulled over there and actually sprung that play from the offensive line position to go out there and throw that block to spring him.
Snap is back on the extra point. Kick by Johnson is up and good. So with 7:08 in the first half, a great play call by the Trojans, and they're in from 34 yards out, and it's Skyview 10, Morgan 7. We'll be back right after this.
Post for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
RPM BPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best.
10-7, Skyview with the lead with 7:08 here in the first half, but Morgan starting on their own 18-yard line. Have an 11-play drive that is capped off with a 34-yard TD pass play, and they cut into that Skyview lead. It's 10-7 Skyview. What a great play call, that throwback screen on 3rd and long.
I don't expect this to be returnable.
So the kick is away, it's deep, and it's gone.
that cleared the entire field.
Yep, that one lands out where they put the lacrosse goal, and that's clear out there, but Skyview will start at their own 20 with 7:08 and a 10-7 lead. Remember, Skyview traveled down their last possession right inside the 20-yard line, and then that interception by Morgan, and they got the momentum and scored. And they're right back in it as it's 10-7 Skyview at their own 20. 7:08 in the first half. Thatcher turns around, hands it off to Egbert, gets some blocks, still looking to get upfield. So good job by Morgan just to string that out, as Egbert just kept looking for a hole on that right side and couldn't get one. He got positive yards, but it's a short gain.
Yeah, really patient running by Brevin Egbert, but like you said, John, the defensive front held their position, linebackers flowed to the ball, and held Egbert to a minimal gain there.
3 yards for Egbert, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Bobcats. Clock ticking to 6:37 in the first half. 3 receivers to the left. Williams all alone on the short side of the field on the east. Egbert in the backfield with Thatcher in shotgun. 2nd and 7. Thatcher back to pass, looking, he throws, he's got a man out there, it's tipped, oh, it's caught, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! It was to Easton Ballard. It was tipped from Easton Ballard, and Carver Ballard just kept running his play. Skyview got lucky, and Carver Ballard takes it to the house. For a touchdown.
What just happened, John? That was insanity. And way to stick with the ball, though. Carver Ballard doing the old tip drill, not taking his concentration off the ball. And, man, what a huge sway of momentum there in the favor of the Bobcats.
Carver Ballard, 77 yards off the tip drill. Snap down. It was a low snap. Castillo, good job of getting that out of the dirt, if you will, and then Kalebe puts it through, and it's 17-7 Skyview with 6:10. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
So after that long drive by Morgan to cut into the lead, 10-7, Skyview on a 77-yard pass play that was intended for Easton Ballard, but great position, and it tips up in the air right to Carver Ballard in stride, and he took it to the house. 17-7 Skyview as Brannick Jameson comes on to kick off. What a play. Skyview answers in an unconventional way. Brannick Jameson boots it. It's going to be returnable, I think. And it is from the 1. Here comes Morgan from the 5. They fake the reverse up to the 10. It's a right return. He's up to the 20. He turns on the jets up to the 30. Still going and dives across the 35. What a return, as he took that from the left side of the field, Rex, at about the 1 and got out to about the 37, 38-yard line.
On the opposite side of the field. That's a lot of running to get over there, but that's a great demonstration of why that touchback is so valuable. The difference between starting at the 20 to the
38.
38, exactly.
Yeah, it was 6 minutes exactly to play in the half. Skyview leading 17-7. Morgan football from their own 38. Here comes Sheffield again after that great drive that Morgan had last possession. Snap is back. They hand it off onto this short side of the field, around the corner to the 40, and he's hit right there at the 45. Let's see, he does get out of bounds on the hit. There's mark it at the 46. So Salmon gains 8. Second and 2 at the 46-yard line. They take it. They're going to throw. They pass. It's complete. And he breaks free inside Skyview territory. Great pass and catch.
Yeah, that's Brogan Garrett again for the Morgan Trojans. This kid is having a heck of a game.
15-yard pass play for the first down, and they line up quickly in Skyview territory at the 39. First and 10. Back to passes Sheffield again on first and 10. He's got a man. He throws it deep and out there. Oh! Just a step in front of the receiver. The man out there diving for it inside the 5-yard line was Gilson. Just a little bit in front of him, or that's a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I could even say maybe 6 inches closer, and the dive is going to make it. But
that's just a beautiful ball by Sheffield.
Really
They just had too much.
And he missed long, though, too.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't miss short where the safety can catch back up to it. He missed long. It was a really good ball.
Second and 10. They hand it off up the middle. Breaks free, and he's still on his feet. Oh, he's tripped up at the 24-yard line from the 39. A 15-yard gain for the first.
Man, Zach Sargent, this 1-2 punch of Salmon and Sargent is really working.
At the Skyview 24, first and 10, they hand off to Sargent again. He breaks 2 tackles, and then Herman has to finish him off near the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 21. He gains 4, So second down and about 6 at the 21 of Skyview. Turnaround, handoff. No, he's going to keep it himself. Sheffield is taken down on the read option as who was that?
It was Lillywhite, Jace Lillywhite.
So back from the 26, knocks him back to the 21 to the 28. It's a 7-yard loss.
A big play there by Jace Lillywhite. He's already got a forced fumble in this game and now a sack defensively for the Bobcats.
So third and long. Ball is back at the 28-yard line. Third and long. They got to get to the 15-yard line. Third and 13 from the Skyview 28. Sheffield with 4:27 to play. He's going to hand it off, and he's taken down. What a play was that, Lillywhite again.
Lillywhite again.
Back-to-back plays on the draw, and he wasn't fooled. The gain of 1.
Man, Lillywhite is balling out on defense here for the Bobcats. He is playing so tough. And listen, John, they're going to bring out their kicker, Bo Johnson. And this kid was warming up he was trying 60-yarders. He'd have been good from 57, though.
This will be right in the middle of the hashes, and it should be about a 44-yard field goal. They're setting it up at the 34, so we'll call it a 44-yard attempt right in the middle of the hash. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is blocked! It's blocked right up the middle! And Skyview recovers it, but it didn't matter. They blocked it. What a block. We don't know who blocked it, but they came right up the middle to block that.
Yeah, I think it might have been Connor Dean that got his hand on it. It was one of the interior linemen. I'm pretty sure it was Connor Dean, but I'm not sure. It could have been one of the linebackers coming up the middle, right in the middle of the kick. What a play there by Skyview, though.
Yeah, Johnson would have made that, I can tell you.
He kicks so hard. I would have bet anything on him.
So from their own 35 with 3:41 to play, Skyview's got it. First and 10. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. Ball is on the left hash. Egbert in the backfield. Guthrie all alone on the west side. 17-7 Skyview with 3:41 in the half. Thatcher takes the snap. He rolls right. Now he's going to throw back left. It's to Egbert, and he drops it. It was a little underthrown. It would have been interesting if he did catch it. There was a defender there in the area.
Yeah, not Cade Randall. They have double numbers. So Jack Despain was in the area. So if he's able to make one man miss, though, we might be looking at another big play.
So second and 10 Bobcats as the scoreboard just goes completely out now. as they look to the sideline, the officials need to, there it is, 3:41. They got it back up. 17-7 Skyview, 3:41 on the clock, and it's stopped in the first half. Skyview leading by 10, 17-7. 2nd and 10 at their own 35. Thatcher back to pass again. He's going to throw. It is complete to Williams at the 40, the 35, 30, 25, and he's tackled at the 20. I'll tell you, Brighton Williams timed that and acted like he was coming up short, and then he just knew where the ball was.
It was such a heads-up play by Brighton Williams. I mean, like you say, John, the ball's in the air. He kind of slows down like, oh, it's underthrown. I got to go make a play, which throws the defender off. Then he just turns on the jets and makes the play. And they're saying he stepped out of bounds after he caught it there.
So a 22-yard pass play for the first down then.
That's
by
his
Williams.
4th catch.
So 1st and 10 Skyview at the 43-yard line of Morgan with 3:33 left to play. They lead 17-7. Yeah, Williams was down by the 20, but he must have stepped out at the 33, they said. So 1st and 10 Skyview. Turn around, they're going to hand it off, and Egbert is met in the backfield and taken down. What a play.
Jeez, that's Nathan Hawes, the senior defensive lineman.
Loss of 4 on the play. Egbert went backwards, and he went backwards quick.
Yeah, I was talking to Morgan's broadcasters before the game, and they said, hey, Nathan Hawes on defense is a playmaker. This guy's going to be in the backfield. You're going to be saying his name, and they're right. We're saying his name.
2nd and 14 Bobcats. Ball is now back at the 47-yard line of Morgan. 2nd and long. Under 3 minutes to play. Back to pass. Thatcher. He throws on the comeback route. Complete to Williams at the 35. Great play. They're going to mark him. We're going to give him the 35. So from the 48 to the 35, a 13-yard pass play. And Bobcats have 3rd and short now.
You know, I thought Zamel was going to come out of this game being the leading target, but Brighton Williams is clawing his way back up into that with 5 to Zamel's 4 now.
3rd down and 2 Bobcats at the Morgan 35. 2:52 left to play in the half. 17-7 here on the Fan. Turnaround, handoff. Egbert up the middle. He's got the first down to the 30. He tough sledding, though, as he went up the middle.
Yeah, that was not given. That was definitely earned up the middle there.
So they mark it at the 29. I think that a 4-yard run for the first down, I'm probably off on that, but I'm going to give him 4 yards for the first.
Hans Herman checking in the backfield now.
Down to the 29, 1st and 10. There's our good buddy Casey Erickson making his way with the nachos. 1st and 10, Bobcats at the 29-yard line of Morgan. Thatcher back to pass, and a timeout called, I believe, by Skyview? Oh, no, Morgan. So Morgan calls the timeout with 2:27 remaining. 1st and 10. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds and be back right after this.
Your cash and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stop, the Logo Shop.
First and 10, Skyview at the Morgan 29, 17-7 with 2:27 remaining here in the first half. After the Morgan timeout, Skyview comes out, ball's on the right hash, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back in the backfield with Thatcher. Now Williams comes in motion. They're going to fake the fly sweep. They're back to pass. Thatcher throws over the middle, wide open.
Oh, just sailed it.
Egbert kind of stopped a little bit and hesitated, but still Thatcher missed him long and incomplete. It was a good play concept, but Bobcats can't convert.
It really was, because Egbert lines up in the backfield on that little bit of a decoy on the play, but then he just streaks down the middle of the field and he's wide open. And if you're a receiver for Skyview, never give up on a ball, because Carson Thatcher can throw it as far as you can run.
Well, and Williams came in motion for an extra blocker, too, to help out in case like a backer's blitzing where Egbert left his space.
Right.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 29 of Morgan now. Still 17-7, twin receivers to each side. Running back in the backfield. Thatcher waits till they set, takes the snap. Thatcher back to pass. He's got pressure. He rolls out to the left, trying to throw, and he does. Complete to Williams. It's going to be a gain of only a 4 to the 25, though. Thatcher, I don't even know how he got it off, Rhett. No, they're going to. Go ahead.
Sorry, John. That was just such a gutsy play there by Thatcher because he had a rusher come off the edge, ready to take him out, and he just rolls to the left and makes just a beautiful throw there to Williams.
They mark it down at the 24, so it's a 5-yard pass play, so it'll be 3rd and 5. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. On the short side, that's Guthrie all alone, but it's 3rd and 5. 8th play of the drive. Clock ticking down to 1:40 here in the half. 17-7 Skyview. Thatcher fakes the handoff for the RPO. He's up the middle to the 15, the 10. Oh, not quite the 10, but what a great read by Thatcher for the first down as he got up to the 20 from the 24. They're going to mark it at the 13-yard line, an 11-yard first down run.
Thatcher's been running that read play to absolute perfection tonight.
1:22 left, clock running, 1st and 10 Bobcats. They're at the 13 of Morgan. 17-7 Skyview. They've got 3 timeouts. Thatcher on first down, turns around, handoff to Egbert, left side. He's finding a hole. He's inside the 10 and stretches forward to the 5. Maybe the 6 is all they're going to give him. We'll see. They give him the 6, so a 7-yard rush. This is an impressive drive by the Bobcats that started with 3:41 in the half at their own 35. 10th play of the drive coming, and they're at the 6-yard line. 45 seconds on the clock in the half. In the backfield is Herman this time. 2nd down, they hand off to Herman. He's following his blockers inside the 5, still stretching forward. And they call a timeout after the first down. Coach Howell runs down the sideline. So they get down after the 7-yard play down to the 7-yard line, and then Herman runs it down to the 2, so another 5-yard gain for a first down. It will be 1st and goal at the 2.
Well, this is going to be huge for Skyview, John, because if we remember, Morgan kicked the ball off to start this game, so Skyview's got to kick the ball off to them to start the second half. Why not just score and make it like you got to kick it to them anyway? So This is big for Skyview here. They got to go put some points up on the board and go into halftime sitting a little more comfortable.
So 36.9 seconds on the clock, 17-7, Skyview with the lead and the ball. 1st and goal at the 2 after this timeout. So a good drive with 3:41, each team with 2 timeouts. This is the 11th play of the drive that started at their own 35, going to the north.
Speaking of a good drive, John, if you want to have a good drive, you got to have the right auto parts. Napa Auto Parts, you can count on Napa Auto Parts for the parts you need and the parts you use every day.
And they're the sponsor of our best part of the part of the game, and probably that one pass play that bounced right to Carver Ballard that got Skyview back up 17-7 when it looked like Morgan had control. So big backfield under center on 1st and goal. They turn around, hand it off with the bulk. Egbert stretches forward. He's not going to get in, I don't think. They're going to give him 1 yard and a timeout. So it'll be 2nd and goal at the 1. Skyview had 3 running backs back there, but really it was just 2 extra blockers, and they brought in the beef.
Yeah, one of them was Satili Palmer, the offensive lineman, defense, O-line, D-line. They put him in the backfield with Hans Herman, with Brevin Egbert. I like the play call. It didn't work, but I like the play call.
Was that the 1 yard gain? But I was wondering, all that meat in there, was that the pig that you put in for the drawing that they brought out?
I did. I went down to the Booster Club. They were selling tickets for a pig. And
I hope you win it.
I hope I win it. I bought a couple tickets. I want that pig, John.
Well, we'll see. We'll give you an update. We don't even know when they're going to give it away, Rex. So even if you win, I don't even know how you're going to get it. Hopefully they don't deliver it live.
I got a truck. I'm going to get that pig.
Well, I know, but like if they deliver it while we're on the air, I don't know how that works. So 2nd and goal.
I'll just walk away.
2nd and goal at the 1, same formation. And Thatcher's just going to take it. They push him forward. He's into the end zone this time. So from 1 yard out, just the quarterback keeper from Thatcher, and it's 23-7 pending the extra point, but a 12-play drive and it ends with pay dirt on the 1-yard dive by Thatcher.
Yeah, just some smash mouth football there out of Skyview. Got behind the offensive line. Got to give them a shout out. Elsner, Toulson, Andrews, Dean. I mean, they just were bulldozing on that play.
So here goes De Quadros. The snap is back. Castillo holds it. It's a low line drive.
Barely.
But De Quadros got it over that crossbar. It was low and not a lot of steam on it, but it goes through. So 24-7 Skyview with 27 seconds on the clock. That's a big drive, Rex, because Skyview at their own 35 with 3:41, they go 12 plays and score. And like you said, they'll be kicking off in the second half, so that's an extra 7 right there, right before the half. They just got to hope with Morgan, the way that they play. They have 2 timeouts, and they got a good kick return last time. Skyview's got to put this into the end zone and get a touchback here just to make sure that there's no question that they got to go 80 yards instead of a shorter field.
Yeah, and that's going to be on the shoulders of Brannick Jameson, the kicker. Everybody's got their eyes on him right now. This kid's got to put it in the end zone and take it out of their playmakers' hands. And then defense has to step up. 27 seconds, hold him tight, kick it to him again, and play the second half.
Yeah, you got to run your lanes if you're the Bobcats. Don't get out of your lanes
right,
here.
Right, because they showed us a fake reverse last time.
Yep, so you got to look for that as well. You just got to stay in your lanes and be sound here on special teams. And special teams have been pretty good for Skyview 2 weeks already into the season. In week 3 here, they lead 24-7. Jameson boots that one. It's to drive, and it looks like it's going to go into the end zone. That's huge.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
it does go into the end zone. Morgan will take over at their own 20.
Yeah,
with 27 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Tate Nelson is the kick returner there. We saw what he can do. Huge play there by Brannick Jameson. Now defense, bend but don't break. Allow something over the middle. That's fine. That's fine. But you don't want to give up anything deep. No deep balls on this drive here.
And just stay sound, because remember, they ran that play. They rolled Sheffield out to the left, and he threw back that screen to the right as well. So you got to just be ready if you're Skyview for anything at this point. With 2 timeouts for Morgan in 27 seconds, they've got to go 80 yards. Skyview leads right before the half, 24-7. So Sheffield's in shotgun. He's got 3 receivers out there to the far side. He's going to roll to this left side, the short side. He throws, and it's going to be a late hit. I could see that coming from a mile away. So a terrible penalty on Skyview. You could see the official just watching, and then the Skyview defender just laid out the quarterback. Too late, and it's an easy call for the official on that one.
I think it was 72, Satili Palmer. I think it was him that made the late hit. I kind of followed ball as it was going, but you can't give him anything on this drive, John. Like, you can't just hand it to Morgan. This is a high-powered 3A state champion. You can't give them anything.
Well, they're not going to just tuck their tails and go back. So it's a 15-yard penalty. It's up by the 35. The only thing is that 5 seconds ran off the clock. So 22 seconds here, 1st and 10 for Morgan from their own 35. They trail 24-7, Skyview leading from their own 35 here. Morgan and Sheffield come out with the play from the sideline. He's going to go back to that side, and it's a blitz up the middle and sacked. I think it was Egbert. No, it's not. It's number 15 for the Bobcats.
It's Lillywhite again.
Good night. Lillywhite making a McDonald's player of the game. He wants it badly this game. They're just going to let the clock run out. It's down to 5, 4, 3, and that's going to do it for the half. But Coach Hal dialed up that blitz, and Lillywhite came straight up the middle, and he was shot out of a gun there and just got the sack on Sheffield. So after that, the clock runs out. It's going to be Skyview 24-7 for Morgan. We're at halftime. We'll take a break and be back right here on The Fan.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
There's exciting news for local school teachers and students and employees of Logan and Smithfield cities and Cache County. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union is offering ultra-low interest rates on auto loans and more, and they pay school students for good grades. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union, member-focused, goal-driven.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stop, the Logo Shop.
Welcome back to Smithfield. It's Skyview 24, Morgan 7. Skyview trying to stay undefeated as they lead the defending 3A state champions, the Morgan Trojans, 24-7 at the half. John Newbold and Rex Davis here with you. Thank you for tuning in. And Adams Wealth Advisors, they power your video experience on CacheValleyDaily.com. But it's been an exciting first half between the Bobcats and the Trojans tonight as we are here at halftime of this ball game. Skyview got the ball first, and an impressive drive to start the game that started at their own 18. Rex, they go 17 plays, chew up over 6 minutes of clock, and they cap it off with a 1-yard TD rush by Brevin Egbert, and with 5:22 in the first quarter, Skyview led 7-0. Morgan's next possession got there was a pass interference and then an offsides there, and then it came down to a play on 4th down where Morgan went for it, and as they did, the ball was knocked free, I believe, by Jace Lillywhite, and then Connor Dean recovered it, ran down the sideline for Skyview, but Skyview didn't do much with it after a 9-yard pass to Zamel. Then Thatcher got knocked down for a 2-yard loss, then an incomplete pass, then DeQuadros came in to knock a 23-yard field goal through the uprights to give Skyview the 10-0 lead at that point in the game. Morgan on the next possession went 3 and out and punted to Skyview, and it looked like, hey, Skyview's in control with a 10-0 lead. They start at their own 44-yard line, and 3 plays later, it was the end of the first quarter, Skyview got all the way down after a 21-yard rush. They were in business looking to make the lead 17-0, and a throw over the middle went off the hands of Brighton Williams and right into the hands of a defender for Morgan with the interception with 9:56 to play in the half. Skyview leading 10-0. and Morgan took over at their own 18-yard line, and this time Morgan, in an 11-play drive, would not be denied. They score on a 34-yard TD pass and cut the lead to 10-7. The next possession for Skyview, though, Rex, this is the play, the second play of the drive. It was a 77-yard pass that was intended, I can't even remember who it was for.
It was intended
for Easton.
It was
Easton
intended
Ballard.
for Easton Ballard, and it was tipped over to Carver Ballard. And John, this may be a candidate for our old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game too. We've discussed it as a Napa best part of the game, but this might be a bread and butter play of the game too, depending on how things play out here.
Yeah, that tipped ball went off Easton Ballard's hands and right to Carver Ballard in stride, who ran into the end zone from about 35 yards out, but overall it was a 77-yard pass play, and Skyview took that lead right back a minute later, 17-7. Morgan on the next possession drove down, and on a 4th and short, Lillywhite with a sack in the game, and you've heard Jace Lillywhite all night. It's because he's having a huge game, and they settled for a 44-yard field goal attempt, and up the middle, we think it may have been Connor Dean, but there was 2 or 3 Bobcats that came right up the middle and blocked that 44-yard field goal, and Skyview took over with 3:41 left to play in the half. From their own 35, they drove all the way down in 12 plays, and from 1 yard out, Carson Thatcher just took it on the quarterback draw, or quarterback keeper, got pushed forward into the end zone, and Skyview took that lead 24-7 with 27 seconds. Morgan tried one play, and it was a sack by Lillywhite up the middle, and then Morgan just let the clock run out, and that's where we're at halftime. Skyview 24, Morgan 7 at the half. We've got some score updates and some stats. We'll take a quick break and come back with the stats by Rex and also those score updates. That's all next, right here on 1390 AM, 106.9 FM, The Fan.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
There's exciting news for local school teachers and students and employees of Logan and Smithfield cities and Cache County. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union is offering ultra-low interest rates on auto loans and more, and they pay school students for good grades. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union, member-focused, goal-driven.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Welcome back to halftime. Skyview leading 24-7 here at the half. And Rex Davis has our stats. Brought to you by Les Olson Company. Get your free network assessment at lesolson.com.
All right, John, for those halftime stats, we'll start out defensively. We got Hans Herman with a tackle for a loss, Jace Lillywhite with a tackle for a loss, and that's not where his story is going to end. He also had a forced fumble and 2 sacks as he just had one heck of a defensive game for the Bobcats, and as well as Connor Dean with a fumble recovery that he actually returned for a little while, and nothing better than watching a big man rumble down the sideline on a return like that. Rushing the ball, Brevin Egbert, 11 carries, 76 yards. Kind of similar to what we saw last week, I guess. Kind of a slower start, but then he really turned it on in the second half. We'll see how that plays out coming up. They've distributed the ball carrying a little bit today. We've had 5 different ball carriers. Hans Herman getting a carry, as well as Dean Phillips getting a carry. Ramsey Vickers having a couple carries. And then, of course, quarterback Carson Thatcher's taken off on a couple, and he also had the 1-yard touchdown rush. Passing the ball on 17 pass attempts, Carson Thatcher, I got him down for 165 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on the tip ball. He spread the ball out to 4 different receivers. Vickers 1, Zamel has 4, Brighton Williams has 6, and then the big play was on the tip drill to Carver Ballard that went 77 yards for a touchdown. So Carver Ballard 77 on 1 grab, Brighton Williams 67 on 6, Zamwell 33 on 4, and then Vickers with the 1 catch for 2 yards. And that is your halftime stats, brought to you by D&D Auto Salvage, Cache Valley's #1 place to get the most money for your junk vehicles and scrap metal. Pickup is available. All you got to do is call 787-1204. There's no job too big or too small for D&D Auto Salvage. That's 787-1204.
Well, Rex, I know you made a trip to Logan Cash Rich Credit Union earlier today, but they are the sponsor of our halftime scores. Logan Cash Rich Credit Union, if you're a student in Logan, Cash, or Rich school districts, you can get paid for good grades. Find out more information from Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. In North Logan, it's Green Canyon undefeated at 2-0. Highland, the Rams, are undefeated as well, 2-0. This is a defensive slugfest. Check out these numbers. 6-0 Green Canyon leads at the half over Highland, Rex. But look at this. Highland with 4 turnovers. Green Canyon's turned it over 1. There's been 5 penalties in the first half. Green Canyon has a total of 73 yards. Highland with only 59 in that defensive battle in North Logan. Also scores up at USU, the first part of the Rocky Mountain kickoff. It's Ridgeline 28, Stansbury 21 with 4:52 in the third quarter there. Timpanogos, we got a score early in the first half. Don't have anything for the second half, but Timpanogos leads Logan 14-0. That's at Timpanogos. And the Mountain Crest game, that game is actually the second part of that Rocky Mountain kickoff, so they haven't played. And Box Elder, they lead 7-0 over Bear River at the end of the first quarter. That's the last score we had. That game is at Bear River. So again, those scores brought to you by Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. And want to give a shout out also to the Skyview Robotics Club, as they were out there with their little robot that was shooting t-shirts into the student section, and they actually shot one out to I guess general admission over here as well to the fans of Skyview. That's pretty neat. The Skyview Robotics Club, give them a shout out.
Yeah, if you were watching along with us on CacheValleyDaily.com, that was the little creature you saw driving around at the bottom of your screen there, just launching t-shirts at people.
So Skyview's back on the field, and so is Morgan. They'll get some time to warm up. So while they warm up to get ready for the start of the second half, we're going to step aside as well. So it's 24 for Skyview, 7 for Morgan. We'll be back here at halftime right after this.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Welcome back to Skyview High School.
That's a football song, isn't it?
Oh, it's an everything song.
That's an all-day, everyday song.
A little POD there. Gotta love it. Good night. Skyview leads here 24-7 at the half. DJ Rex on the tunes.
On the ones and twos over here.
Skyview leading. We did get a couple of scores right after we went to break, so we'll bring you those. Bear River and Box Elder. I'll be honest, Rex, it's a little closer than I thought. Box Elder 21, Bear River 14 at the half. And then Stansbury scored And it says with 24 seconds in the third quarter, it's 28 for Ridgeline, Stansbury 27. I don't know if they missed an extra point or if they just sent it before the extra point. So that's your score updates there for the other games involving Region 11 teams.
Those score updates were brought to you by CashValleyDaily.com for the latest news, scores, photo galleries, and replays of this game that you're watching with us right now. Go to CashValleyDaily.com, or you can download the new Cache Valley Daily mobile app. It's Cache Valley's premier choice for local news.
Here's some really quick scores from teams down south in 4A. Snow Canyon leads 21-7 at the half. Don't know who they're playing. Crimson leads 7-0 over Springsville. Cedar leads 10-7 over Canyon View. Pineview leads Tooele 24-7. Park City leads Dixie 21-0. And Desert Hills won earlier 28-12. Hurricane all tied up 21-21 with Hillcrest.
That was really quick.
So on the field now are the Bobcats. They are lined up going right to left on your radio dial, kicking off to the north to Morgan. So we're about underway here for the second half. Skyview leading 24-7. So Jamison gets his foot into it. It's deep, but I think it's returnable. It will be 2 yards. Here they come. They fake the reverse. He's up the sideline. He's got some room to the 20, some blockers to the 25, and then he's tackled down there at the 26-yard line. They faked that reverse 2 times. Just makes you think a little bit.
Yeah, they're definitely setting it up. Good coverage. Way to stay in the lane by Easton Ballard over on the far side over there. That's tricky because when they're running that motion, that X motion there on the return, you're not 100% sure where that ball is because you're running as fast as you can down the field. You just got to stay in your lanes, and that's exactly what Ballard did.
So 11:51 just underway here in the second half. 24-7, Skyview leads. And it's Morgan ball. They throw it on the first down up the field to the 30, and he's knocked out of bounds after about 7 or 8 yards, depending on the spot on that far side of the field. The receiver caught that little quick pass. So up to the 33. We'll give him 7.
Going super fast tempo here.
Sheffield again. He takes it. He's going to hand it off on second down. He makes a Skyview player miss, and then he's taken down. First down.
Wow, Brevin Egbert came from the safety position just on a dead sprint and made that tackle. But this tempo here, it's known to hurt Skyview in the past, and Morgan's going with it.
7-yard rush for the first down up to the 40. 1st and 10 for Sheffield. He turns around, hands it off up the middle. This time Skyview takes him down right at the line of scrimmage. Well, they're going to say he got 1 yard up to the 39.
Yeah, really good defensive pressure there by Seth Toulson. Stood his ground, kind of just dealt with the block and made the tackle.
So at the 41-yard line, it's 2nd down and 9. Their own 41. Here's Morgan. 3 receivers to the left. Sheffield claps, but doesn't get the snap. They've got one-on-one receiver down low here on the short side of the field.
That's their playmaker, too. That's Brogan Garrett.
So Sheffield takes a snap. He's looking left. He throws, lobs it up there. It's complete just on the flare pass to the running back, and it's going to go for a loss. Skyview read that one well. It's going to be a 3-yard loss back to the 38.
Yeah, they did read that, Will. And Easton Ballard's had a really nice series coming out of halftime. I mean, that kid's been around the ball on every single play.
So 3rd down and 12 at the 38-yard line from their own 38. Morgan wants to keep this drive. They don't want to go 3 and out to start the half. Well, I guess they won't go 3 and out. They got the first down, but
you want to drive this ball down.
3rd and 12, back to pass to Sheffield, and he's sacked. He went to throw it, but that's a coverage sack. There was nobody open.
Yep, and that's 0. Taylor Lindley coming up with that sack. He kind of double clutched. He wanted to let that ball go, John, but there was nowhere to take it. And man, Taylor Lindley, if I were to pick one person I wouldn't want to get hit by, it'd be Taylor Lindley, sitting at 6'4", 195 pounds, coming on an absolute blitz.
A 10-yard loss on the sack by Lindley. And it's 4th and long. So the Trojans back to punt. Skyview's Vickers. Skyview runs on a guy late, but Vickers standing at his own 30. The snap's back. The punt's away. It's a high one, but it's short. It bounces at the 40, takes a Morgan bounce, but Vickers picks it up. He's up to the 40, the 45, and midfield before he's run out of bounds. So great heads-up play by Vickers. Otherwise, that ball's rolling down to the 20.
Absolutely. Total heads-up play there by Vickers. I mean, he didn't really have a choice because the ball took one ricochet and hit him right in the gut.
True.
But I mean, man, he shows the speed. He gets to the sideline, and what great starting field position here for the Bobcats on their first possession of the second half.
9:39 in the third quarter. 24-7 Skyview right at midfield. The ball rests right at that 50-yard line for Skyview on that right hash. Williams is on the short side of the field. Skyview's only got one receiver out. This is a heavy formation for the Bobcats. Kind of a pistol formation. Thatcher hands it off to Egbert. Egbert follows his blocker, still turning those legs. He's on his feet to the 40 before he gets knocked down. Wow, Egbert showed his strength there. He got about 11, and he just followed his blocks.
Yeah, there's two tight ends on that side of the play, Hellstern as well as Zammel, and then Toulson comes on the pull there, and Egbert just puts his hand between the 7 and the 1 on the back of his jersey and just says, I'm following you, big boy.
Well, they gave him 10 yards, not 11. They marked his knee down at the 40, so he got exactly 10 for the first. Same formation. Thatcher in the pistol, which is he's just closer to the center, if you're not familiar with that term. One receiver to each side, Egbert in the backfield. A couple of tight ends in there. Under 9 minutes to play in the third, 24-7 Skyview. Thatcher takes it, handoff to Egbert up the middle again. He bounces off one tackler. There was nothing in the hole. He bounced off a Morgan player, bounced off to the left, and he's going to get positive yards. He was met right in the hole.
And the defender tried to throw Egbert backwards, and Egbert just ended up leaning forward. He wasn't going to get thrown back. He was going to fall forward on the play.
So a 4-yard run for Egbert.
That puts him at 90 yards on 13 carries.
He's had back-to-back 200-yard games, trying to get over 100 again, at least, for the third straight game. 24-7, second down after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6 from the Morgan 36. Skyview leads 24-7. Thatcher in that same formation takes a snap, hands it off to Egbert up the middle. He's got some room to the 30, and he's stacked up and knocked down at about the 28-yard line of Morgan. Well, the 27 actually, so from the 34, we're going to give him 7 yards for the first. Oh, actually, that was from the 36.
Carter Andrews comes up hobbled on the play, John. That's going to be something we're going to need to watch. That's the starting center, the anchor of that offensive line, so we'll keep our eye on that one.
9-yard rush for Egbert for the first down.
99 yards for Egbert.
He's at the 27 now. They turn around, hand off again. That's not Egbert, that's Hans Herman as he stretches forward across the 25 to the 24, so about 2 or 3 yards. Let's see. They're going to give him 3, so Herman with a 3-yard rush, 2nd and 7.
I like that they're spelling Egbert this play, John. I mean, he's been just such an absolute workhorse for the first 2 games. You got to give him a little bit of a spell here.
22 carries in the first game,
right,
and then 40 carries.
He was close to it. He was close to it.
In that second game against Wasatch, in both games he was over 200 yards. So clock ticking to 7:05 here in the third. 24-7 Skyview. It's 2nd and 7. Ball is at the 24-yard line of Morgan. They turn around, they hand it off again. It's a different one. Oh, that's Herman again, inside the 20, down to the 19, as Skyview's just flexing their muscles right now in the trenches from the 24 to the 19. They get, let's see, 5 yards. They'll bring up 3rd and short.
Herman's doing pretty good. He's got 3 carries, 13 yards. I mean, that's working.
6th play of the drive that started at their own 30-yard line. They've chewed up over 3 minutes of clock here. They lead 24-7. Same formation again, 1 receiver to each side. They about got Morgan to jump across. Now Thatcher looks to the sideline. They've got 1 receiver to each side, and that heavy formation for Thatcher. He turns around, handoff again, left side. He's got some room to the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Skyview. That's Brevin Egbert from 19 yards out. And touchdown Skyview on the left side on the 6th play of the drive.
Big blocking out on the edge by number 14, Carver Ballard. He doesn't just play tip drill and get 77-yard touchdowns. He set the edge. Big blocking on the left side of the offensive line there too. And running that double tight end set with Hellstern, Zammel, both of them just out there working, making that play possible for Brevin Egbert. Nice run, puts him well over the 100-yard mark, and he has a touchdown to go with it. With DeQuadros out, kick is up and good by DeQuadros. Gives Skyview a 31-7 lead.
So we're going to take a break. It's 31-7 with 6:09 left. We'll be back right after this.
Now is the time to head Over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Skyview there, flexing their muscles in the trenches. They went to a heavy set that time, 2 tight ends, and they just pushed it down the field. And on the 6-play drive, 19-yard rush for Egbert. And the kickoff, Jamison kicks it. They're going to let him return it from the 1. And they fake the handoff again up the middle. And he breaks a tackle. He's up to the 25. Again, Morgan, maybe they'll mark him across the 25 to the 26.
Yeah, number 40, Mason Marchant, had a chance, and that's scary when you're a sophomore and you get put in a varsity and you're running kickoff. But he had a chance at him there. But what he did that was important was he got the returner to slow down at least. He didn't have that full head of steam running at the line. So it's a good play there by the sophomore.
Third quarter, 6:01 remaining. Skyview leading 31-7. Morgan football from their own 26. Sheffield, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back in the backfield, they fake the handoff, they throw. It is low, but it caught. What a play as he went down and grabbed it off the shoelaces. That's a fantastic catch by the Morgan Trojans up to the 42-yard line. Big pass play for the first. 1st and 10. As Morgan lines up at the 42, 1st and 10. They take it, they're back to pass, they throw it quickly, they get that screen up the sideline. They've done that a few times, just that wide receiver quick pass.
Yeah, and it works though, and especially when it's number 15, Christian Nunez, or as well as their other receiver, Brogan. I mean, these are playmakers on the edge.
46-yard line, 2nd and 5, high snap, they let it go. I think it was partially tipped, and so it's behind the receiver, but he caught it, but it's going to be a loss because I think a Skyview defensive end got in there quick and just got his hands up.
Yeah, and that's Nunez on the reception again, but a good rush there.
5-yard loss on that pass play, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10, back to the 42-yard line. They tried to get Skyview off. Skyview was creeping. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. 31-7 Skyview. Sheffield claps again.
Herman's really showing blitz. If he doesn't blitz, I'm going to be surprised.
So 3rd and 10 from their own 42. Sheffield still calling out. Now he gets the snap. Herman does blitz, but he's picked up. Throw complete to the sticks, and flags come flying out. I think it's going to be a hold or a pass interference, and it doesn't matter anyways. Great pass and catch for the first down.
Yeah, that's Bo Spence. They have so many weapons at the wide receiver position, John, and he just created a lot of separation over there and made the play.
Well, here's the discussion. 2 different flags, but that's a long discussion for a pass interference call, I think. Like, there shouldn't be any question unless it was a hold and a pass interference. Pass interference on Skyview, so I don't know why it took them so long, because those 2 officials talked about it for quite a while, a little longer than I thought. So you decline the penalty. It was an 11-yard pass play for the first down anyways, but it's just going to be the pass interference, 15 yards for a first down.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down. 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
So either way, they had the first down. So now 1st and 10 in Skyview territory. It's at the 43 of Skyview. Back to pass is Sheffield. He throws, and did he catch it? No, just a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a low throw, but it was only the place his receiver could go down and get it, and it was incomplete.
Yeah, Lincoln Gilson, the intended receiver. Carver Ballard in coverage there for the Bobcats. They're kind of trusting Carver Ballard tonight, John. They're saying, hey, you're going one-on-one because we're putting one of our safeties in the box.
2nd down and 10 for the Trojans at the Skyview 43. 31-7 Skyview leads. 5:22 on the clock in the third quarter. Morgan going left to right on your radio dial. High snap. They hand it off, though, as Sheffield had to climb the ladder to get that, and then it threw the timing off, and it just a short gain of maybe 1 or 2. for Morgan, and it'll bring up a 3rd and about 9.
Gang tackled there by the Bobcats. I mean, you had several players in there. Tyson Bradley, you had Seth Toulson.
So 2-yard gain. We're going to give him 2. 3rd down and about 8. Back to passes. Sheffield blitzes on. They throw it out there. He's wide open. A lot of room. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. It's coming back for a hold to the 15 as they're going to call a hold on the outside. But it was a big play as the that running back, number 24, is that Salmon? He was wide open. Jet Salmon, the junior, was wide open out in the flat.
There was so much grass there in front of him that it might have startled him when he put his eyes upfield like, where is everybody? But luckily for the Bobcat faithful here, there was a hold on the play over here on the sideline.
So from the 42, he got down to the, 22 would be 20. So they're still discussing. I think it was about a 20.
I don't even know where the ball's spotted.
I think it's about a 24-yard pass play on that little swing pass, but now they're talking it over. It is a holding on Morgan. So it depends where the hold happened, because it's a spot foul because it was downfield.
Looks like it was
at the 20 or so.
Yeah, maybe the 18.
So they got down to the 18. That's where the Salmon was tackled, but they called the hold at the 20. Well, no, because he was going from the spot of the foul, so they go back to the 28. It's a first down. So it's a first down on the big pass play, and then they got a hold, so it will knock them back.
You know, but if you're Morgan, that moves the chains. It gives you a chance to come up with a game plan now, too.
So 1st and 10, they get it back to Sheffield. He's trying to set up the screen. He throws it. It's complete. Skyview read it a little better that time, so no gain that time, I believe, at the 28-yard line. Skyview had some blitzers there, but they read the play. So 8th play of the drive coming up from Morgan. Started at their own 26 with 6:01. There's 4:30 on the clock, and they're at Skyview's 28-yard line, 31-7 Skyview. 2nd and 10, Morgan. Turn around, hand it off, and he's met in the hole, but he breaks free, stretches forward, and he got about 5, maybe 6, depending on the spot. They're going to mark it at the 28 to the 23, so a 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5 from the 23. They direct snap it to the running back. He's up the middle, first down, and he dives for the first down to the 16. So 7 yards.
Heads up play there by Zach Sargent. I mean, he knew right where the sticks were, John, and he just laid out for him.
So under 4 minutes to play.
Dropping back for Morgan. He sends the ball into the end zone here. Oh, big collision in the end zone. It's going to be a pass interference call. The Skyview faithful is not excited about that play call. That's one of those bang-bang plays, John. Defense has as much right to the ball as the offense, and I think the kid was just going up to make a play on it, but we do have a flag, and you got to think it's going to be a defensive pass interference call here. We'll wait an official sign as they have their conference. But, yeah, pass interference defense. So that's going to move the ball 15 yards closer for Morgan. Down 31-7 with 3:44 here in the quarter.
So after the pass interference, it's going to be first down and short. About 2, and it's at the 8-yard line because it was half the distance. Handoff up the middle. No, he keeps it.
Yeah.
And he breaks free. Touchdown. The quarterback, Sheffield, on the read option. He fakes the handoff, and he scampers into the end zone from 8 yards out. And they're back in business, 31-13, pending the extra point on the 8-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, we talked about Carson Thatcher running that read to perfection, but Beck Sheffield went out and just did the very same thing there for Morgan. And they absolutely needed that if they want to get back into this game.
What a play by Sheffield. Both quarterbacks have ran that to perfection twice tonight. So 3:38 left, and it's Skyview 31. The extra point is up, and it is good. Skyview got pressure up the middle again. They blocked a field goal, but the extra point is good, and it's 31-14. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Your cash and box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
What do they custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo? Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stop, the Logo Shop.
(31-14) Skyview with 3:38 here in the third quarter. Great job by Morgan that time to get the touchdown there. And it's 38-14, or 31-14, excuse me, with 3:38. That's what I was meaning. Skyview, as they line up, oh, it's a sideline warning. I didn't see the flag, but it's a sideline warning on, look, Skyview? Is that right?
I missed it.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike. It's not a sideline warning. It's unsportsmanlike on Skyview. So that's going to move that ball 15 yards. I'll tell you what, Rex. This year, Skyview, they've had a lot of penalties. This will move the kickoff to the Skyview 45-yard line.
Man,
and if you're Morgan,
yeah.
I mean, you got it. I wonder if you just, I mean, you can boot it into the end zone, sure, but
easily, but
you could maybe do some kind of pooch kick or just like a line drive or something here,
right,
for an onside kick. So we'll see. They've got a player out there. Morgan does. Skyview's really not getting over there.
Yeah, look at the coaches. Coach Howell is freaking out. He's saying, "Get over there."
So Morgan's lining up in the right on the ball. They're huddled up except for the one player split clear out to the east side. And now they line up normal, but let's see if this is an onside kick. Last week, Wasatch tried one and Skyview recovered it. This one's from the 45 of Skyview. And they do onside kick it, and it's still rolling. Morgan's got a chance. I think they've got it.
I think they do too.
Skyview did not handle that well. The bottom of the pile, and
they didn't line up for it well either, John.
Nope.
Like,
and Morgan's
everybody in this
got it.
building knew that was going to be an onside kick. That was poorly ran by Skyview.
So from the 45-yard line, terrific job by Morgan as they get the ball, and they're at the 25-yard line because of that penalty and that onside kick. It rolled forever to the 25, and so Morgan on the onside kick, they receive it at the Skyview 25-yard line. That's a perfect job and play call there on that onside kick. So
well, yeah, I mean, you have to go for the onside kick. You're down 31-14. It's late in the third. And what's the worst case scenario? Skyview recovers it?
Well, and the penalty. If it's maybe a regular kickoff, you don't. But now Sheffield is back in business at the Skyview 25. He throws the swing pass out there after the blitz, makes a move, gets around one, but not two, as Skyview takes him down.
There is a flag on the play, John, in the area of a holding. Yeah, that's what they're signaling is a hold.
Okay, so a hold right away. So it's in the backfield, but that's the new rule, is they don't mark it. They mark it from the line of scrimmage, which is the 25. So this is just going to be a 10-yard penalty, so it'll be 1st and 20 if Skyview accepts it. Maybe they don't accept it because it was a loss of 2, I think, on the pass play. I think you send them back. But that's me.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's one of those middle ground plays here because they lost yardage. So yeah, you're going to gain 3 yards is all and give them a down. I don't know.
It's either 2nd and 12 or 1st and 20.
Oh, 1st and 20, my mistake.
Because of the hold.
Right.
Because it's a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. So 3:26 here in the third, 31-14 Skyview leads. Did they accept the penalty? They haven't even moved the ball yet. The head referee is ready to start the play. The ball, he had his hand up ready to go.
Ready.
So a holding penalty on Morgan will send him back. It'll be 1st and 20. Back at the 36. Sheffield's going to fake the handoff. Now he's going to throw. He throws over the middle, wide open, complete to the 10. Makes a move, breaks a tackle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! And another penalty flag's in the backfield.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what this one is, John. This may negate.
Oh, it's roughing the passer. It's going to count. It's a touchdown. It was roughing the passer on Skyview.
Didn't he give a holding signal?
Well, I think he went like this. It was pretty close, but it's still a 36-yard touchdown as Skyview is reeling right now. It's 14 straight points for the Trojans. Pending this extra point, they put it on the wrong side.
Yeah, now they're backing it up.
So 31 to 20. So the onside kick, that unsportsmanlike on Skyview, was huge, and then the onside kick recovery by Morgan, and they get into the end zone. It's 31-20 now, pending the extra point. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is on the way, and it's good. It's a 10-point game, just like that, as Morgan gets in from 36 yards out, and it's 31 Skyview, 21 for Morgan. What a play by the Morgan Trojans to get themselves back into the game. They're down 10.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
There's exciting news for local school teachers and students and employees of Logan and Smithfield cities and Cache County. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union is offering ultra-low interest rates on auto loans and more, and they pay school students for good grades. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union, member-focused, goal-driven.
Well, yep, they are. So the roughing the passer on that pass play, they're going to do it on the kickoff, and so it will be at the 45 or 40 again. Skyview really shooting themselves in the foot here. And if you're Morgan, you try that onside kick again. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely you do. Like we said last time, John, what's going to happen? Worst case scenario, Skyview recovers it?
Skyview's got to keep their cool. An unsportsmanlike was 15 yards, and then they got that roughing the passer, and that ball is at the 45. Skyview has got to get their hands team and be ready for another onside kick here. And they have that far guy out there, and Skyview's really, in my opinion, not covering
I feel
him.
like they are not set up for an onside kick recovery. I mean, I know the coaches have them in position, but I don't even see a starting receiver on this on the first or second line.
So here comes Morgan out of the huddle. They kick it quickly on that other side where that guy was, and I think they got it again. Skyview jumps on it. I think Morgan had a chance.
That is,
wow.
It's poor, John. There's not a starting receiver on the field. Put your hands team out there. You know they're onside kicking it. I don't know what's happening here.
Well, the thing that I didn't like is Skyview didn't really cover that guy.
No.
That's 2 times Coach Hal told them, but they got lucky. They got it because Morgan had a chance, but it bounced off his hands, and then Skyview dove on it, I believe, and Skyview will take over, leading 31-21. And they need something here to answer because Morgan's got all the momentum. Skyview takes over at their own 22 here in the first half, 3:15. Skyview leads 31-21. A game where Skyview was up big, now they're only up 10. Thatcher barks out the signals, and now they've got it. The play call, twin receivers to each side, running back in the backfield. Thatcher turns around, handoff, makes a man miss. He's up the field to the 30-yard line, and I didn't see who that was. Was that Egbert?
Egbert, yeah.
So from the 22, gain of 9 for the close to the first down.
That's what you got to do if you're Skyview. Go out and get a really nice play on first down. Opens up the playbook for second down.
Same formation, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, second down and 1. Ball is just across the 30 at the 31. 2:40 left in the third quarter, 31-21 Skyview. Going right to left on your radio dial. Thatcher takes a snap. He's going to pass this time. He's back to pass. He throws, and it's complete. No, Guthrie dropped it. I think it was Guthrie. It was. Incomplete as he took his eyes off it, hit his shoulder pads. He was open at the 40-yard line, but it's going to be 3rd and 1 now for the Bobcats. Clock is stopped.
That's a really good ball by Thatcher, too. He put that right on the money. I think Guthrie just took his eyes off it, like you said, John.
Well, I think he thought he was closer to the sideline, so he was trying to make sure he got his foot down. 2:27 now, but it's 3rd and 1 Bobcats. Heavy formation. They've got 2 receivers on the right side, none to the left. Handoff up the middle, first down and more across the 35 from the 31. So they get to the 36, a 5-yard gain for the first down to Egbert.
That's Egbert's 17th carry of the game. They're trying to share the workload and not put everything on Brevin Egbert, but the way that Morgan's coming back, you basically have to put the weight on his shoulders.
Well, at least Skyview got one first down, keeping this drive alive. 2:07 left in the third, 31-21 Skyview. They need an answer as Morgan has scored 14 straight points. They're at the 36-yard line, their own 36. One receiver to each side. They turn around, they hand it off again to Egbert. He follows his blocks, and he's taken down for about 5 yards. He got across the 40 to the 43. So the line of scrimmage was the 37. So we'll give him 6 yards.
Now they're going to spell Egbert and bring Hans Herman in. And I like that call because now it's the same as last time. It's an open playbook right now. You can take your shots on second and manageable.
2nd and 4 for the Bobcats. One receiver to each side. They turn around, hand off to Herman, right side. He's got some room. Near the first down, he lunges for the sticks. We'll see where they say he's down. I think he's short. He needed 4. He got 3.
Here they go, tempo.
So they line up quickly. Thatcher takes it. He's got it on the quarterback keeper.
That O-line just absolutely fires off on those quarterback sneaks.
So the first down would have been the 43, so the 42. So we'll give them 2 yards for the first. I don't know what it was, Rex. Sorry.
Yeah, I did too.
So 7th play of the drive coming up. 2 receivers to each side. Ball is placed at the 48. 1st and 10 from their own 48. 40 seconds here in the quarter, in the third quarter. 31-21 Skyview. Thatcher takes a snap. Back to pass. Throws outside, wide open, complete to Brighton Williams. Up to the Morgan territory to the 42-yard line.
It's just such a heads-up play there by Williams. Once he makes the catch, he knows, hey, my momentum's already carrying me towards the sideline. Secure this catch, step out, and then let's go play another play. So great play by Brighton Williams.
10-yard pass play to Williams with 26.8 on the clock. It's a first down. So at the 42-yard line of Morgan. Now they've got Guthrie alone here on the short side of the field on the west side. 3 receivers to the east. Brevin Egbert in the backfield as all the players are looking to the sideline for the play on 1st and 10 from the 42 of Morgan. Skyview leading 31-21. Egbert's on the right hip now of Thatcher. Back to pass. He throws complete, makes a move, gets away from 1 but not 2 players. I think that was Williams and not positive though.
Yeah.
So from the 42 to the 38, a 4-yard pass play, and that should be the last play of the quarter, I believe, unless Skyview wants to run one more. They're coming to the sideline. So the third quarter is going to wind down, and Skyview clings to a 10-point lead, 31-21. We'll come back with the fourth quarter right after this on The Fan.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Start of the fourth quarter, and it is crazy right now. 31-21. Skyview leading by 10, but I'll tell you what. 14 unanswered points by the Morgan Trojans, and they've got a lot of momentum, but Skyview has their 9th play of the drive that started at their own 22. They've already chewed up 3 minutes and 15 seconds of clock. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Bobcats at the Trojan 38-yard line. Now they're going left to right on your radio dial to the south. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Thatcher back to pass. Looking, and he is sacked. Big sack. As he went to throw the screen, it wasn't there, and a Morgan player's coming up. Oh, he's down.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Right?
Hopefully. I hope it's just a cramp, but a huge sack there from the 38 all the way back to the 49. A 13-yard loss, and it will be 3rd and long after the big sack by the Trojans.
That was Bo Dickman, the sophomore, that made the sack there. And Thatcher tried the pump fake. If he could have got him up in the air, it would have worked, but he didn't buy it. He stayed home and chased Thatcher and got the sack on the play. Huge play there by Morgan to bring up a 3rd and forever. 83 according to the scoreboard, but we know that's not right.
So 11:48, we're just here in the 4th quarter. A big 3rd down and long for the Bobcats at their own 49 now. When Skyview was driving, having a lot of momentum, and then it went backwards on that sack. Great job by the Trojans to get that sack. Got a score update. Great Basin Graphics brings you this score update. It's a final, Ridgeline 28, Stansbury 27. So what that means, Rex, is Ridgeline, or that Stansbury missed an extra point on when they got it in the 3rd quarter. There was no scoring in the 4th quarter. Ridgeline wins 28-27 to stay undefeated. And I think Stansbury's 0-3.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they made the semifinals last year in 5A. Green Canyon is up 9-3 on Highland with 10 minutes to go in the game. Green Canyon in North Logan leads. Box Elder still leading in the 4th, 28-21 over Bear River. So yeah, Stanberry, they lose on a missed PAT. So
that is wild. Those scores are brought to you by the Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups. Get a hold of the Logo Shop today.
Stay tuned post-game as we'll have our McDonald's player of the game and also your chance to win 4 loaves of bread from the old grist mill. It will be our bread and butter play of the game as the defensive lineman is walking off on his own power, which is good to see. I hope it was just a cramp.
Yeah, you hope.
Because he was down a while, but he is walking off on his own, which is good.
And he plays O-line and D-line. That's Cooper McGiven.
Okay, so 3rd and long for the Bobcats at their own 49. They need to get to the 32-yard line of Morgan for the first down. 31-21, Skyview leading here. They wind the clock. Couple receivers to each side. Thatcher back to pass. He's got a clean pocket. He throws. He's got a man out there. Caught! It's caught inside the 10. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Is that Brighton Williams?
It's Guthrie.
It's Guthrie with the catch inside the 10. And a little shoving afterwards, but they're going to say a completed pass. Oh, my goodness, from the 49 inside the 5-yard line.
Carson Thatcher just threw an absolute bullet downfield, John.
So 46 yards, so 47 yards to Guthrie. What a play on 3rd and long. My goodness. It's 1st and goal, Bobcats at the 4, I believe. Wow. Thatcher turnaround, handoff up the middle, and Morgan snows him under. No gain there, I believe, for the running back at the 4.
It was Egbert on the carry.
So nothing there for Egbert. 12th play of the drive. Started with 3:15 in the 3rd quarter. Clock down to a 10:50 in the game. This is huge. If Morgan can hold Skyview out of the end zone, it's 2nd and goal at the 4 after the big pass play to Guthrie on 3rd and long. Thatcher takes a snap. He's going to turn around, fakes the handoff. He rolls out. He's got a man wide open. Boom! Zammel takes the hit and dives in the end zone. That's a big man touchdown there as he took the big hit from the corner. And Zammel, he's hurting, but he won't be denied. He's into the end zone from 4 yards out. That was a big hit.
What a play by Zammel. I mean, John, you know that hurt him, but he took the shots and would not be denied, falls into the end zone. Zammel's definitely hurt on this play. They're calling an injury timeout down there, but man, that kid left everything he had on the field for that touchdown.
That's just adrenaline there because he turned around. I thought he was wide open, Rex, but as I saw that corner come up and he lit up Zammel, but somehow Zammel took that hit. I mean, he paid for the touchdown. He dove into the end zone from 4 yards out. He's still down. Hopefully he's okay, but my goodness, what a collision.
Yeah, and that's all heart, that's all effort. That's Zammel's 5th catch of the night, and he is back up now, John, and he is pumped. pointing at some fans, pointing at some people. He's stoked about that.
Well, I'll tell you what it was. Then he got the air knocked out of him.
You would think, because he's running now. He just went and chest bumped.
That was Despain, I believe, that came up and just absolutely destroyed Zamel, but somehow Zamel
stayed
took
on his
that.
feet, though.
I know.
Like, that's
I know.
insane. Like, you even said boom when the hit happened. That was a huge hit.
Snap back. Castillo gets it down. De Quadros puts it through. So with 10:31, Skyview extends the lead back to 17, 38-21. With 10:31 left to play, we'll take a break and be back right after that.
From what's happening in local political elections to breaking news to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CashValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today.
38-21 Skyview. Trying to adjust the scoreboard here. It kind of got bumped around, and maybe I should zoom out, but I can't see what I'm...
probably excited.
So a 12-play drive, Skyview gets it. Jamison sends it. It's going to be returned at the 1. No, they're going to say you can't return it. It did cross the end zone. So Morgan will take over from their own 20 as Jamison just got enough to get it into the end zone. 10:31 remaining. 38-21. Skyview leads Morgan ball from their own 20. Green Canyon gets a TD with 5:28 remaining, and they lead 16-3 over Highland. That was a battle of two undefeated teams at 2-0, and Coach T, in his first year at Green Canyon,
he's got them looking good.
He has them looking good. So Morgan takes over at their own 20. Trailing 38-21, back to pass. Sheffield looking. He has all day, throws across the middle, complete, and still on his feet, and finally thrown back, but it's going to be 9 yards on the pass play.
Yeah, nice play there by Morgan, and they're going to go a little tempo again.
And a stoppage of play as they gave him forward progress. The ball was placed down where they threw him, but he was clear up near the sticks, so they finally get it set right. The ball's at the 29 now, 2nd and 1. Sheffield takes it at a low snap, has to go down and get it. Now he steps up into the pocket, has to dance around, throws it incomplete. Smart play by Sheffield because that low snap just threw everything off.
Well, and Lillywhite was right there. Lillywhite got him to the inside. He broke out, and then Lillywhite went to the outside, put his hand up there, and he had to throw it up over his hand. That was good pressure by Jace Lillywhite.
3rd and 1 here from the 29. Morgan, Skyview flinches but doesn't come across. 3 receivers to the east, 1 to the right. They hand it off up the middle, makes a move, and he's got the first down across the 30, still on his feet to the 35 before he's taken down and pushed back. So he needed 1 yard, and he got 6 for the first down. So Morgan, 6-yard rush up to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35 as Skyview players down. He's cramping.
Yeah, it's Lindley.
So Lindley is cramping. So we've started to see that when these games where it's so hot, and then when it gets cool at night, you see a lot of cramping.
Up in the second half.
Yep.
Every time.
So again, 38-21 Skyview. Morgan football. 9:50 left in the game from their own 34-yard line. 1st and 10. Sheffield takes the snap. It's low. He goes down and gets it. Still running in the pocket. That's going to be a hold. He flushes out to the right. He throws it. Oh, almost a one-handed grab, but I think it's going to be a hold in the backfield.
Yeah, that would have been a really nice grab, but I think you're right, John. We'll watch the signal.
The umpire there just in the middle threw it, so that's why I thought it was a hold, but we'll see. Maybe it was a face mask.
Well, it was right as the Skyview player was going to the ground also. Defensive lineman.
He throws the flag where it is, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's Skyview, you probably take it, but let's see.
Yeah,
Coach Hal's saying take it.
He wants it, but he's saying back him up.
Yeah, he's saying back him up. It would have been 2nd and 10. Instead, you're going to have 1st and 20.
Yep.
Because it was in the backfield. So the ball should go back from the 34 to the 24. So here comes Morgan. They converted earlier when they had a 1st and 20, and now the back judge, he's going to come in and blows it dead with 9:30 to play. He's not sure about what.
Maybe he's looking at the scoreboard, or he wants to come talk to Coach Howell.
Yeah, he's going to tell Coach Howell, so because he's got the headphones to tell him what to move the clock to. I guess maybe some clock ran off. We'll have to wait till they get it right. It says 9:30, and they add 5 seconds to 9:35. So looks like it's right, and the umpire, or the back judge says, yep, let's play. So there's the whistle with 9:35 to play in the game. 38-21 Skyview. Morgan football at their own 24, 1st and 20 after the hold. So they look to the sideline for the play call. They've got 3 receivers to the wide side of the field.
Salmon's the back.
So Salmon back there with Sheffield. Sheffield back to pass. He's going to throw. He launches it out there. He's got a man out there. It is complete. Big play. What a throw by Sheffield, right on the money. Down to Skyview territory at the 33. A big pass play for the 1st down.
And great hands catch there by Nunez. He goes up and high points the ball, comes down with it. Great pitch and catch for Morgan.
1st and 10 at the Skyview 33. Back to pass is Sheffield again. He throws complete at the sideline, and they get it out of bounds at the 25. About an 8-yard pass play on 1st down. So it'll be 2nd and about 2. As they're at the 26, we're going to actually, wow, I was way off on that. It's about 6-yard pass play. So 2nd and 4. At the 26 of Skyview.
I feel like when it gets darker, the far sideline gets harder and harder to see too.
So back to pass. No, he's going to hand it off on the right side. He's got some room. He's got enough for the 1st down, and he dives forward across the 20 or near the 20 for the 1st. Is Sargent. They're going to get to the 21. So a 5-yard gain for the 1st down, and they're at the 20-yard line.
They're still going with a little tempo, not as fast as they were, but
9:02 in the game. Back to pass. No, he's going to hand off to Sargent up the middle. He's got 5 yards, and now he's pushed back by a whole host of Bobcats. So from the 20 to about they're going to mark it at the 16, I think. So 4 yards. 2nd and 6. 8th play of the drive.
I just saw Hans Herman do one of my favorite things. If a running back is stacked up, go punching at the ball, go ripping at the ball.
8:39, clock running, 2nd and 6 at the Skyview 16. They hand it off to Sargent right side. He's got the edge. He's upfield for the 1st down and more. He's inside the 10, near the 5 or the 6. From the 16, some good blocking out there. They're going to give him, I think, the 6. We'll just say 10 yards, 1st down. And the stoppage of play, I hear some whistles as the Morgan coaches are pumped up as they've got it rolling here. Skyview takes a timeout is what it was.
I think it's a good timeout. I really do.
8:18 left in the game. We'll keep it here. 38-21, Skyview leads. So Mountain Crest, from what we understood, they would start their game against Pocatello, Idaho up at USU as part of that doubleheader in the Rocky Mountain kickoff 20 minutes after the Ridgeline game. Again, Ridgeline defeats Stansbury 28-27.
It's going to be a late night.
Yeah, Ridgeline 3-0. And I believe that Stansbury is 0-3, which is pretty crazy. They've lost to Green Canyon and Ridgeline.
Green Canyon looking like they got a chance. They'd be 3-0 as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think they did defeat Highland, so they're 3-0. I think they won 16-3. 16-3 Green Canyon.
Did that go final?
Well, yeah, that still had 5 minutes, 28 seconds, so it's not final yet. So after the 10-yard pass play down to the 6, it's 1st and goal Morgan. Skyview leading 38-21 with 8:18. Morgan football, 1st and goal at the 6 of Skyview. Back to pass Sheffield. He's going to hand it off. No, he keeps it himself. He's going to walk into the end zone on the read option. 6 yards out, Sheffield, the magic man, gets into the end zone.
Man, Morgan has shown you why they are the cream of the crop in 3A football. These guys took home the state championship last year, and no other 3A team would play them. They had to come schedule 4A teams like the Skyview Bobcats, and man, they are giving the Bobcats everything they can handle.
They've got Green Canyon at home next week, and then Kearns the following week. So it's 38-27, pending the extra point. Snap back, hold good, kick on the way, and it's good as well. So it's back to a 10-point lead for Skyview, 38-28. With 8:13, we'll step aside here on the Fan and be back right after this.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
I feel you crumble in my arms down to your heart of stone. You bled me dry just like the tears.
You know what I'm noticing on this return, John? Every single starting receiver is in there right now.
Well, Skyview trails 38-28. They've given up one onside kick, and I'll tell you what, the second one they had an opportunity, but it bounced out of his hands and Skyview got it. So with 8:13 to play, Skyview's lining up for the onside kick as they are scooting clear up. Guthrie, he needs to watch himself. Yeah, I was going to say, he almost crossed the 50, which would be offsides. But they line up, and they've got one man deep back there for the Bobcats standing at the 10. Johnson, the kicker, can put it into the end. Well, never mind. He can put it out of the end zone. He never does in the end zone. Back to kick. Another onside kick. Skyview jumps up, and they've got it as the hands team was there. Let's see who that is, Rex, if you can catch that number coming off. I think that's Zamel. No. Yeah, it is.
I was leaning towards Zamel as well.
Yeah, so Zamel, he jumped up. He didn't even let it go 10 yards, Rex. He jumped on it 8 yards.
Well, it's like I said before the kick even happened there, John. Every single starting wide receiver was out there for Skyview. They should have been that way. They got lucky on the last onside kick attempt. That's where they should have been lined up. But, man, what a gutsy call by Morgan, because Skyview's in plus territory now starting this drive. If they can turn around and hand it off to Egbert and just milk this clock down, Morgan will be in trouble.
Yeah, so they're at the 48-yard line of Morgan, 1st and 10. You've got a receiver out to the left on the short side of the field on that left hash and 3 receivers to the wide side. Egbert in the backfield. They hand it off to Egbert. He finds a hole.
Oh, tripped.
He was tripped up going through there. I don't know if he tripped on a lineman or if someone just grabbed his leg. Otherwise, he had a lot of green in front of him, but he gets to the 44-yard line from the 48, a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. As they let the clock roll down.
That's his 20th carry.
So it's a final now. 16-3. Green Canyon goes to 3-0. Morgan about jumped across.
Yeah, Thatcher was thinking they did jump.
So 2nd down and 6 for the Bobcats at the 44 of Morgan. Thatcher in shotgun. He takes it back to pass. He throws quickly, complete to Brighton Williams. Tries to make a man miss. He couldn't, and he's got the 1st down up to the 38-yard line. So from the 48 to the 30, or from the 44 to the 38, it's a 6-yard pass play for the 1st.
It's Brighton Williams' 9th catch of the game.
So Skyview lines up quickly. First and 10. Thatcher goes up to the line now. He backs up. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. He's just waiting for that back judge to start counting down, Rex, as the clock's down to 7 minutes. So now Thatcher, he's going to take the snap. He turns, gives it off to Egbert up the middle, spins around, and he falls forward again for about 4 or 5 yards. He's from the 37-yard line. They mark it at the 32, so 5-yard gain. So Egbert again with the clock running at 6:33.
Looks like they'll go 2 tight end set again with Zamel and Hellstern.
So 1 receiver to each side. Split clear out there is Carver Ballard, and then Williams on this side. As Thatcher's in no hurry. He's just looking till that back judge starts counting. As soon as he does, then he'll snap it. With 6:14, he's going to take the snap here. He hands off to Egbert. Left side, he's got some room, and then he's chopped down. It's going to be 3rd and short. It was about 2nd and 5. He gets up to the 29-yard line. It's going to be about 3rd and 2, so we'll give him 3.
The big thing about that play too, John, is I feel like that gets them closer into Calebe de Quadros' range here. I mean, obviously you want to come away with 7, but it would be an option now.
From the 29-yard line, 5:45 on the clock, 3rd down and 2. They try to draw him off. Can't get him to come across. So at the 29-yard line of Morgan, huge 3rd down here. 38-28 Skyview. They take the snap. They hand off to Egbert left side. He's got the 1st down and more as he's across the 25, and he bowls forward. And I don't see a flag. They're waiting a little bit. From the 29, got down to the 21, Rex, I think, or the 22.
I'm genuinely trying to figure that out also. It looks like 21 to me.
Okay, so an 8-yard run for the first. Egbert again, and Skyview just milking that clock. They started with 8:13. It's down to 5:07 right now on 1st and 10. Down to the 21 of Morgan. They lead by 10, 38-28. Under 5 minutes to play. He snaps it. Thatcher has it to Egbert. He's running right. Breaks free. Still churning inside the 20 now as he just followed those blockers from the 21. I think they're going to mark it at the 17, so a 4-yard gain. And that clock continues to run. Right now in the game, 2 timeouts. The scoreboard says 2 timeouts for Morgan, and I think
it also says the ball's on the 82-yard line. So
yeah, that's true. 38-28 with 4:25 to play. I guess I shouldn't rely on that other than the time. Skyview leads 38-28.
1st and 93 according to the scoreboard.
2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard run.
This is giving you guys a glance of what we deal with at that scoreboard.
They hand it off to Egbert left side. He's looking for a hole, and he spins through. He's going to be shy of the 1st down by about a yard. He needed 6. I think he got 5. So we'll give him 5. He'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Tempo, John. Bulldoze for that 1st down.
So Skyview got up there quickly. I was already writing. So I think the 12 is where they had it, and now they got it down to the 9. A 3-yard gain for the 1st down on the quarterback keeper, Rex. Was that what it was?
Yeah, quarterback keeper, just that super fast tempo that they do when it's a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 type situation.
So 1st and goal at the 9-yard line, clock ticking down to 3:32, 38-28 Skyview. They're at the Morgan 9. This was a big drive. They started with 8:13 at their own, or the Morgan 48 actually. So Thatcher in shotgun, takes a snap, turn around, Egbert left side. He's down inside the 5.
That was a big hole.
So from the 9, he gets down to the 5, and a timeout by Morgan with 3:11. I trying to see where they're going to spot this. Is that the 3 from the 9?
I can't tell if it's the 2 or the 3.
I think
John,
it's
genuinely.
I think it's a 3, so I'm going to give him 6 yards.
Yeah, you're right. It's 3.
So Egbert and the Bobcats will have 2nd and goal at the 3. 10th play of the drive coming up again. This started at the Morgan 48 with 8:13, and they've chewed up 5 minutes and 2 seconds here on this drive, and it's the 10th play coming up.
If they're able to punch this thing in, John, this is going to be like the script for how you put a game away.
Yeah.
Turning around, milking the clock, not running anything fancy, just a lot of power running with Egbert. And there's nothing Morgan can do right now to stop it.
Morgan just has so many athletes. I mean, coming into this game, I know Coach Hal said that of the 3 teams they've played, Salem Hills, Wasatch, and Morgan was going to be their toughest test. And it's proved to be that case.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Coach Hal knew it. He saw it on film, and he knew that the defending 3A champs weren't going to go down easy, and they haven't. It looked like Skyview was going to start to run away with it, but then 14 unanswered by Morgan. So with 3:11 left to play, it's 2nd and goal from the 3 for the Bobcats. Shotgun for Thatcher. He turns around, handoff to Egbert up the middle. He dives for the end zone. His knee was down.
Might have been down. Yep.
So 2 yards. They might go quick here because it was a 2-yard rush. It'll bring up 3rd and goal at the 1.
I don't know, John. I think time's as big an enemy as score.
And now
right?
another timeout by Morgan. So with 2:55, they call the timeout, but Skyview, like Egbert had that hole, and then you thought he was going to waltz in, and then all of a sudden he was tripped up and he dove for the end zone, just didn't quite get across the goal line. Well, he did, but his knee hit first.
Right.
So 38-28, Skyview trying to milk this away and come away with the victory and stay undefeated as they head on the road next week.
Yeah, they'll be at the Fremont Silver Wolves.
That's right.
Which is going to be a tough task.
Yep.
That's a
6A.
6A school, yeah.
Got a score update here. This score update brought to you by Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. Timpanogos 31, Logan 8, 3 minutes in the third. 3 minutes in the third, good night. We're at 2:55. That's a long drive for those Logan guys to get back here. If that's in the third quarter. But 2:55, third
Here we
goal.
go with that sneak formation.
Yep, big formation. They plow forward. Not a lot of push. I think
That's
they got
dangerous. So Thatcher reached the ball out over, and they stripped it from him, but not until after he broke the plane.
Well, it's hard to tell from up here what happened, but the officials on the goal line called a touchdown from 1 yard out. So we'll go with it. 1 yard TD rush for Thatcher on that big formation, and someone's hurt for the Bobcats on that tight formation as the coaching staff gets out there with Curtis Kazir, the trainer.
A cramp because Zamel had his leg up in the air for him. One of the O-linemen, I believe.
So, again, Skyview on the 11th play of that drive that started at the Morgan 48, Skyview chews up a lot of clock here. With 2:51 remaining, they started with 8:13 left in the game, and with 2:51, they lead 44-28.
Skyview's been putting up some points this season, John.
They've averaged 50 points a game. Like we mentioned, they are the 100 points that they scored in the first two games is the most by any Skyview team in the first two games of a season to start things off.
Looks like that was Seth Toulson that was cramping up on the play.
Well, he's walking off on his own, but a lot of cramping by the players out there as it cooled down here in Smithfield. It's 44-28 right now, pending the extra point.
They're going to have Brighton Williams hold this one.
Not Castillo?
Yeah. Well, I noticed Castillo on the sideline. He kept grabbing his shoulder pads. I don't know if he was hurt or what was going on, but yeah, they are having Williams hold it.
So a different holder out there. There's Williams. Snap back. Williams gets it down. Kick on the way by De Quadros, and it's good. So with 2:51 remaining, it's 45 for Skyview, 28 for the Morgan Trojans. With 2:51 remaining, we'll be back for the conclusion of the game right after this.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
45-28, Brannick Jameson to kick off for the Bobcats to the Trojans. Last one barely got across the goal line for a touchback. We'll see if Jameson can punch it in there. There's a little breeze out there. He punches it up. This looks returnable. No, it goes over. That wind just kind of carried it over into the end zone, and so Morgan will start at their own 20. So it'll be a touchback with 2:51 to play in the game. Morgan going right to left. And as you can see on CashValleyDaily.com, the video experience powered by Adams Wealth Advisors, you can see the scoreboard 45-28. Skyview leads Morgan football at the 20-yard line.
I got a compliment on that scoreboard camera. Came through on the phone. Nick Davis sent me a text and said, you know what? I like that. I like knowing where we're at.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rex. We'll have to give you credit for that because you came up with the way to make that happen and get it up there, because just the way that we're where we are, you just can't get a good view. Back to pass, Sheffield on 1st and 10. He's going to get sacked. I mean, you're trying to get a deep ball.
Yeah.
There's 3 Bobcats there. You don't fault, and you can't fault Sheffield, but
no, I mean, what can you do? The whole defense knows what the play is. You're not going to hand the ball off with 2:30 and change on the clock.
Yeah. So Lindley was back there as well on the sack.
Yeah, I got Lindley for 2 sacks on the night.
So 8-yard loss, back to pass. Sheffield getting chased. He throws. It's complete. They've got some room. Gets some blocks and gets back to the original line of scrimmage on that play and out of bounds with 2:16.
That's a good play call there to run the screen because the defensive line fired off the ball so fast. And you call a screen play there, and it ends up going in their favor.
Jace Lillywhite trying to track him down about how to sack. So Sheffield on 3rd and 10, back at the 20-yard line with 2:16, clock stopped. 3 receivers to the right. Turnaround handoff up the middle, makes a move. He's going to be shy of the first by about 4 yards. We'll give him 6. It'll bring up a 4th down.
That was a great job by Easton Ballard stepping up and making the play on the running back.
So here it is, 4th and 4. Under 2 minutes to play. Sheffield takes a snap. He whips it out there, complete, makes a man miss, and he's got the first down. What a play by the Morgan receiver on the far side of the field. Couldn't catch his number, but he's across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
That was a fast play there by Morgan. I had binoculars. I still couldn't see who made that play.
6-yard pass for the first down. 1:50 left. Back to pass. Sheffield, empty backfield. He's rushed, and he is going to be snowed under and sacked again.
That's Satili Palmer with the sack.
His first sack of the game, of the season, I think.
Yeah. I got 5 sacks for the Skyview defense in this game.
So a loss there. 2nd down and long as it goes back to the 21, a 9-yard loss, clock ticking down to 1:25. Skyview leading 45-28. Back to pass, they set up the screen, it's complete. Look out, he's got some jets, and he's across. He's got the big first down. He's still on his feet to midfield. That receiver,
Lincoln Gilson.
Yeah, Gilson's got the wheels, and he got to the 49. Big pass play for the first down on that screen.
That does not help them. He threw the ball back to the official, and it hit one of the linemen in the helmet and bounced.
Well, clock down to minute 10. Sheffield goes around. He's looking, throws. He's got it there. Gilson incomplete as it was too high.
Coach Howell picked it off. That's a clean pick by Coach Howell.
Well, he is a defensive-minded guy.
Well, he went for the return, too. Now, he wasn't happy with the pick. He wanted to pick 6.
Make sure we ask him. I'll forget, so mark that down. I want to ask him after.
Coach Howell, INT.
Okay, 45-28, 1:05 left in the game. Morgan, 2nd and 10 from midfield. Back to pass. Sheffield still looking. He throws. He's got a man out there. Brighton Williams in coverage, and that's a PI. Good.
Yep.
Easy call by the officials.
Yeah, it's actually Cash Howell in coverage over there.
I thought I saw one, but it's on the far side of the field.
1-3. Yeah, with your bare eyes, you can't tell who that is. Your view on CashValleyDaily.com is our view, and you go ahead and tell us what number it was. It's hard.
So pass interference, Skyview. That's about the 4th or 5th one on Skyview, it seems like.
Yeah.
58 seconds to play. Skyview 45-28. I mean, you have to think that at this point Skyview is going to get the victory, Rex, and stay undefeated heading to Fremont. But I'll tell you what, the way Morgan is so quick in scoring and got those onside kicks, I'm not going to call it.
Well, you got to give credit to Morgan, just the way they came out here and fought. I mean, they showed that they are the real deal in 3A football.
Well, they're the real deal in this state. I think they could hang with anyone. They hang with Crimson Cliffs. Back to pass. Sheffield pocket collapses. He's sacked again.
Satili Palmer again.
So
we have 3 defensive players with multiple sacks.
Timeouts for Morgan. They used their last one. So Satili Palmer, another sack.
We got Jace Lillywhite, Taylor Lindley, and Satili Palmer all have a multi-sack game for the Skyview defense.
Well, let's see. I've got it down here. We'll see how many sacks on the season coming into this game Skyview had, right?
We know that they haven't given up any. We know Thatcher's been kept clean until this game.
Yeah, so 3 sacks on the season for the Bobcats and 4 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery. So how many sacks? At least 6?
I have them down for 6.
Okay, so 9 on the season, if our count's right, for the Bobcats.
Which who knows if we're ever right.
We are. Rex, we are. No,
we are rarely right? Or we are right?
We are right.
Okay, all right. The confidence will.
I'm pretty sure because, well, I go with the Skyview stats on Max Preps, and I think they enter those. But 51 seconds remaining in the game, 45-28. Second down and long. Line of scrimmage is at the Skyview 42-yard line. Sheffield's back to pass. He lets it go. He's got a man out there. Has to turn around, though. It was on his right shoulder. He was looking over his left, so he had to spin around and couldn't locate the ball. But on the sideline, incomplete. It'll bring up third and long.
A tight spiral over there. You underthrew it a little bit, but really tight spiral.
So the flag is, I mean, there's a breeze, and it's coming from the east, going east to west, and Sheffield got it out there. Kind of hung up, but yeah, it was behind the receiver, and he just couldn't locate it. Third down and long at the Skyview 42. Sheffield back to pass. He's under pressure right at the start. Incomplete on the screen that they were trying to set up.
That's a smart play. Dean Phillips came untouched from the defensive line, and he just had a free shot at him, and a heck of a play there by the quarterback to just get rid of that.
42 seconds remain. Fourth down and long. Last chance for Morgan here at the Skyview 42. Skyview looked like they came across, and the official said nope, they did. I thought he came across, but. So 3 receivers to that far side of the field. The ball's kind of in between the hash, but more towards the left hash. The west side. They've got 1 receiver on the left. Back to pass is Sheffield. He's got a clean pocket. Now he rolls right. Now he's going to run. He's to the 40, the 35. He's going to cut across the field to the 30, and he's tackled from behind, short of the first down by about 4 yards or 3 yards, so Skyview will take over on downs.
Yeah, all they got to do is come out and take a knee, and you can put a bow on this bad boy, John.
So a 10-yard rush, but they're going to be shy, and Skyview takes over on downs. And they'll just have to kneel down because Morgan has no more timeouts. So Skyview takes over at their own 30. With 30 seconds, they'll have to kneel down 1 time and snap it. That's all. I think that Morgan used all 3 timeouts. The scoreboard says 1 more, but I think they used all 3. We'll see. So victory formation for the Bobcats. Thatcher goes under center. Takes it and kneels down. And I think Skyview players start celebrating there in the backfield. I don't think they have to snap it again, so the clock will run out. Skyview will get the victory, 45-28. Stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll have our Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. Also, we will have our McDonald's player of the game, and then we will hear from Coach and a player or 2. That's all coming up next here on 1390 AM, 106.9 FM, The Fan. That's all coming up next on our postgame show right after this. Skyview's victorious, 45-28.
What do they do at the Logo Shop? Custom design t-shirts, hats, and jackets with your company logo. Or put your logo on pens, drinkware, golf balls, travel accessories, outdoor gear, anything. Give them a call. Check out the possibilities.
Logo Stuff, the Logo Shop.
Defense helps win championships. That's true in business too. This is Dave Simmons. Les Olson IT is the best defense for your network. Everything from copiers to outsourced IT services.
Les Olson IT.
There's exciting news for local school teachers and students and employees of Logan and Smithfield cities and Cache County. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union is offering ultra-low interest rates on auto loans and more, and they pay school students for good grades. Logan Cache Rich Credit Union, member-focused, goal-driven.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CashValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
RPMs raise your BPMs. Then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care. Here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care, because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's take pride in being part of our community. Your local McDonald's is hiring with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, and great pay. Start your career today. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com. McDonald's is an equal opportunity employer committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Welcome back to Skyview High School. Skyview with the victory tonight, 45-28. Over the Morgan Trojans. Skyview stays undefeated, 3-0, but it was another offensive game for the Bobcats. They came up with some big plays defensively as well against a good Morgan team, but Skyview really, I think, got things done in the trenches when it's all said and done, Rex. They had long drives. They had touchdown drives. That first one was a 17-play drive. They had an 11-play drive that they scored on. Let's see. Skyview also had a 12-play drive in there. Looking through all my notes. And they had another 12-play drive as well. So Skyview chewing up a lot of clock, and another 11-play drive for the Bobcats. And that 11-play drive really sealed the deal. They got the ball with 8:13 left. The score was 38-28 after Morgan had scored on a Sheffield 6-yard TD run. And Skyview from the 48-yard line of Morgan started with the ball with 8:13 remaining. And they chewed the clock up all the way down to 2:51, and they capped it off with the 1-yard TD Thatcher run on the 11th play of the drive. And that got Skyview the lead 45-28, which was the final tonight from Smithfield. So Skyview will be 3-0 heading to Fremont next week. The Silver Wolves are 6A, and that's where the Bobcats will be next week. We'll have that broadcast on the Fan next week. As we look at some of the scores around the valley, it's Box Elder 49, Bear River 28. I don't know if that's a final. 49-28 Box Elder over Bear River. That game was at Bear River. Timpanogos 34, Logan 8. I don't know if that's a final either. They didn't say, but I'm guessing it is. Green Canyon won earlier to stay undefeated. They beat Highland at home 16-3. A lot of turnovers in that game from what we understand. Ridgeline beat Stansbury on the first game of the Rocky Mountain kickoff 28-27 on a mixed extra point by Stansbury. I don't think the extra point that was missed was like the final play, but that was a missed one there. As we're joined here with Brevin Egbert. We'll get the webcam here. As we'll give Brevin the mic. Hey. How you doing, Brevin?
Pretty. Do I need to talk into this?
Yeah, go ahead and talk into that.
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm probably doing better than you, man. Talk about what this season's brought you so far. A couple 200-yard games, and then this game tonight where you really had to work it. You got over 100 yards, but Just talk about the workload that you're taking.
I mean, with my offensive line, it's pretty easy. We get a 3-yard push every time, 4-yard push, and we're just going. But yeah, it's been good. We've been practicing really hard all around, and we've just been kind of taking it upon ourselves to kind of prepare for the games.
Hey, Brevin, can you take us talk a little bit about what you do in the off season in the weight room, because a lot of those plays, you're wrapped up, and I just see your legs churning, and it's always positive yards afterwards.
Yeah.
So talk about what you do in the off season to get yourself into this position.
Yeah, in the past I've played basketball, and this year I didn't. I decided not to, just right before my senior year, and definitely made a difference. We're in the weight room every day, just grinding. It's fun with the boys, just in the weight room every day.
And you do like the long jump, right? Is that correct?
Yeah,
So
I do.
okay, so. I mean, how do you fit everything in with, how do you balance all your time? You got the weight room, you're student body president, you're running for 7 trillion yards.
Which, by the way, we did have a song teed up.
You can hear it.
Oh, I want to.
Is it even playing, John? Oh, it's on mute. So we had that ready for you.
Awesome.
That's the song for you, buddy.
Perfect.
But Brevin, and with all those things, you don't let your studies slack either. I mean, you're academic all-state last year. Just talk about all that goes into what you do to be a student athlete.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough. There's not a dull moment. I got a lot of people around me that push me for sure, and just kind of like I said, never a dull moment, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't want to be sitting around doing nothing, but I just kind of bounce from thing to thing and try to stay on top of it.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything for Brevin there, Rex?
Brevin, another big night, 175 yards on the ground. I know you have that great connection with the boys up front.
Oh, yeah.
From my understanding, you used to be one of them in Little League, right?
Uh-huh.
You were one of the dudes in the
Yep.
trenches. So what connection do you have with these dudes?
Oh man, those guys are they're some of my favorite guys on the team. Me and Carson took them to lunch the other day just because they've been doing so good. We had to feed them. But yeah, no, all of them are they're such good guys, and they work so hard. It's nice to have them all back for sure. They've had a ton of experience. But for sure, like Toph talked about this the other day, we would not be having these rushing games if it wasn't for these offensive linemen.
Well, Brevin, I hope that you and Carson had a lot of money, because I bet those hosses could eat.
Oh man, we took them to an all-you-can-eat, so they could just shout out.
All right. Well, that's smart. Well, Brevin, we'll let you give a shout out before we let you go tonight.
I got to give a shout out to the boys up front, and also Carson. Carson really has taken upon himself to this, from last season to this. He's matured a ton. He's got a ton of leadership skills, and he really just takes control of the offense every time we go out there. The boys all respect him so much, and he's been killing it, but as well as those offensive linemen for sure.
Well, Brevin, thank you so much. I hope that you can walk down after all this, get in the ice bath and cool down.
It'll be nice for sure.
Okay, well, thanks, Brevin. Appreciate it. As he gets his El Presidente music walk off. See you later, Chief. Commander-in-Chief taking off there, and now we hand it over to Coach Hal. And Coach, you talked about it. You knew this would be your toughest test of the season thus far. And hey, I'll tell you what, you guys got that lead, and it looked like you were going to run away with it, but Morgan wasn't done yet.
Yeah, I got to take a little credit for the momentum change there. That penalty hurt us. I felt like at that point I needed to stand up for our guys a little bit, but it definitely created better field position and gave them a little bit of momentum. But I thought our kids in every phase of the game played their tails off tonight. I was so impressed with every aspect of our game. I thought our defense played much, much better tonight. We were able to get a pass rush with 4, physical that way, and then we didn't punt tonight, which how awesome is that?
Yeah.
And then, to get a blocked field goal was big too.
Well, and those touchdown drives that you had, we went through it when we first went. I mean, there was drives. Well, your first one was 17 plays, but I had drives 2 times at 11 and 1 at 12. I mean, that's exactly what a coach wants, because when it was crunch time and only a 10-point lead, they had the momentum. You guys just said, hey, we're going to play big boy football, and we ran it down your throat, and that's what you did.
Yeah, 100%. It's really hard in high school. We tell our defense all the time, we'll give up yards from goal line to goal line, just keep playing ball. It's hard for high school offenses to execute consistently the distance of the field, and I thought our offense was fantastic tonight as far as that stuff goes.
Well, Coach, coming into the season, you knew that you had guys like Brighton Williams, Brevin Egbert, Carson Thatcher, your offensive line that had all had a lot of experience. But that defensive backfield, you weren't too sure about some of those positions. And 3 games into the season, how would you grade what you like with what they're doing?
I would give us probably a B right now. They're doing some really good things, but then, we'll do something stupid as far as like communication goes and give up a bust on 3rd and long or 4th down or something like that, and so there's and our defense has a lot of stuff going on, and so there's a lot for them to work through, and as we get into the season and play more and more, hopefully we see less of that. But I feel like kids like Cash Howell have really stepped up. He's a kid that, wasn't playing much at the first of the season, and now he's playing more and more. And Jace Favero, same thing. Court Rigby played quite a bit last year, and Jace didn't play at all. But Jace has stepped up and done a good job, and they're just getting smarter every week. And, we'll continue to get better.
Again, Skyview victorious 45-28 over Morgan. We're here on the postgame show with Coach Hal. Rex, you got a question?
Another guy I saw step out too was Easton Ballard, Coach.
Yeah.
I feel like that kid was flying to the ball tonight.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I was just going to say, you had 3 players register multiple sacks. You had Satili Palmer, you had Jace Lillywhite, Taylor Lindley, and Coach, we got you down for an interception on the stat sheet too. It looked like you were going to take it to the house.
Yeah, I still got it in me. That was
natural.
It's a one-handed catch too. So Easton, just to talk just a little bit about him. So he started the year at free safety. We had a bottleneck there, so I moved him to strong safety, knowing that Cash was a ways away, and Brevin, we didn't want to play every series on defense. So he was playing there and working his tail off to learn it. And then we just felt like we didn't have the personnel or body type we wanted at that weak side inside backer spot. And he fits that body type. He is a tough kid and can run and tackle and play in space. And we moved him there, and that kid, a lot of kids would have been upset. He's like, yeah, whatever you want me to do, Coach. And then he has bought into everything we've asked him to do. He's come in extra and sat down, and we've gone through a ton of film together. I'm so proud of him and what he's becoming. And he's one of those kids that you just love to coach.
Yeah, he
does
around the ball
everything the right way. Does everything the right way.
That's awesome.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go, but you've got Fremont up next, up back on the road. I mean, how do you keep this momentum? Obviously, there's still work before region, but I mean, you got work to do and improve, but I mean, another good victory for your team.
Yeah, the opponent becomes the motivation, right? We're about to go play a 6A team that's going to be really good, and they'll have a lot of depth, and they'll put stress on our two-way players. But we just, we're going to continue to coach these kids to be gritty and tough and practice and preach culture, because we know that will over skill will win all the time. And so we'll continue to play that way and practice that way and coach that way, and these kids will continue to respond.
All right, Coach, we appreciate your time, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thanks, Coach.
So again, 45-28, Skyview victorious over the Morgan Trojans. Before we get to final stats here, well, actually, let's do final stats, Rex, and then I'll talk about the player of the game.
All right, these stats are brought to you by the Logan Cash Ridge Credit Union. If you teach in the Logan Cash Ridge school districts, you can qualify for ultra-low interest rates on auto loans and more. Loan approvals in as fast as 30 minutes. If you're a student in Logan Cash Ridge or Cash Ridge school districts, you can get paid for good grades there also. Brevin Egbert, the absolute workhorse, El Presidente, 27 carries, 175 yards and a touchdown. Keep in mind these are unofficial. I miss a carry every once in a while. Carson Thatcher, 232 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also had 2 rushing touchdowns tonight, John. Brighton Williams almost hit another double-digit night on reception. He had 9 catches, 87 yards. Is it Carver? I always mix Carver and Easton. Carver Ballard, 1 catch on the tip drill, the 77-yard touchdown. Garrett Zammel, 5 catches, 37 yards, took an absolute shot at the goal line and would not be denied for the touchdown. And then Liam Guthrie with a huge catch at a very pivotal point in the game, I feel like. Third and long. Thatcher airs that out for 47 yards. Guthrie goes up and high points it. That's a huge part of the game to me.
Yep.
And then we had mentioned Palmer, Lillywhite, Lindley all had 2 sacks in the game. We also had Connor Dean with a fumble recovery tonight. Hans Herman with a tackle for a loss, Lillywhite with a tackle for a loss, and Coach Howell with the interception.
Yeah, and I hope he goes back to CashValleyDaily.com and watches that. He called it one hand. I mean, he was down there, so
I think he had a clipboard. I think he caught it one hand. I think he's right.
He's got his play sheet, defensive calls. So, again, you can go back on CashValleyDaily.com and watch it. I'm sure that he'll have that as his highlight. That will be in the highlight
reel.
reel.
In his huddle.
Well, yeah, at the end of year banquet, it will be in there, I'm sure. So, again, 45-28, Skyview wins. So now our McDonald's player of the game, work for McDonald's and let McDonald's work for you. Flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, plus meals and other perks. McDonald's is the sponsor of our player of the game. And we're going to go with Jace Lillywhite, the McDonald's player of the game. Lillywhite had a couple sacks. He was pretty much setting the tone, Rex, for tackles for the loss. And he just set the tone for the Bobcats defensively. And these sacks late are impressive, too, by Lindley and Palmer, but a lot of those were when it's like, we know Morgan's got to throw.
Right, and here's the thing, too. What Jace Lillywhite did is not going to show up on the stat sheets. I promise you, when we submit him for Player of the Week, I promise you he's not going to win with that stat line. But what we saw out of him on this field, he was containing running backs. He was pressuring the quarterback. He was making all the right plays, and he just happened to see – it seemed like Lillywhite was around the ball on every single play.
Yep.
And if you're here watching this game, Jace Lillywhite stood out.
Yeah, he was a disruptor.
Yeah.
Yep, the whole game. And so now it's your chance to win 4 loaves of bread. Well, not right now, but if you listen to the Full Court Press on Monday with Jason Walker and Eric Franson, Old Gristmill, they've got that famous lunch special. And you can go in and get that and your free 4 loaves of bread if you wait until they ask for the Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. It's going to be that pass play from Thatcher, 77 yards as it went off Easton Ballard and tipped right in stride to Carver Ballard, who ran it to the house, 77 yards for the touchdown. It gave Skyview the lead 17-7 at that point with 6:10. Let's see, I want to say the first quarter. Let me check.
When that play happened?
Yeah, so it was maybe the second quarter. Let's see. Yeah, so that was 6:10 left in the half. So when they asked for the 70, or what the Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game was, it was in the second quarter, 77-yard pass play, Thatcher to Carver Ballard for 77 yards to give Skyview the 17-7 lead. Next week, the Bobcats will be on the road at the Silverwolves in Fremont. Rex and I will be there, and we'll have all the coverage around 6:50 next week for our pregame show, 7 o'clock kickoff. It's the Bobcats trying to stay undefeated before they have region play here in Smithfield against Ridgeline for that big matchup. The number 1 and number 2 preseason, Ridgeline number 1, Skyview number 2. And before that, they've got Fremont to end their non-region play. That's next Friday at Fremont. So, again, for Brevin Egbert, for Coach Hal, Skyview victorious over Morgan, 45-28, 3-0 on the season. Have a great weekend, everybody.
This Skyview Bobcats broadcast has been a presentation of 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan, and CashValleyDaily.com. Made possible by the support of our sponsors, Adams Wealth Advisors, Great Basin Graphics, McDonald's, Logo Shop, Napa Auto Parts, Old Gristmill, Les Olson Company, DD Auto Salvage, Logan Cash Rich Credit Union, and Cash Valley Daily. Catch the replay of tonight's game on CashValleyDaily.com.